Oh, hi. I know what a real comedy fan wants. You want to talk to real comedians just like me. So call now, 646-710-0949, and talk to real comedians in your area just like me. I know what a real comedy fan wants. I know all of their desires. So pick up the phone right now and call a comedian.
The hottest takes from the hottest comedians every Tuesday night live from the Stand Comedy Club in New York City at 9 p.m.
If you're 18 years or older, comics are standing by to talk to you. You want to talk about current events, music, news, sports, life, boys, girls, make sure to call the Bathhouse.
Real comedians, real comedy, real fun.
Call into the Bathhouse.
Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. 1-888-949-2969.
Local charges may apply. Call now, boys. Is that too gay?
I mean,
Pretty gay.
Yeah. Mild flat tank, nigga. Let's turn up. Look. Hey, they don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Then they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Now we pulling up fresh on some flight shit. Ha. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They was trying to get me on my hype shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Then they tried to down me up some KO type shit. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. Now we pulling up fresh on some flight shit. Ha. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah. They don't wanna turn on my light switch.
What's happening, everybody? Thank the Lord. We made it back. It's an all-new episode of The Bathhouse. It's been a minute. How long has it been, Johnny? A few weeks, right? Might have been a month. I don't know. We've had some travel things, some acts of God, mostly acts of God.
Yeah.
Probably the Jewish God.
most likely.
That would make sense, right?
Anything that grounds planes.
Any Jewish God,
yeah.
that's correct. Which is what happened to me last night, actually.
What happened?
I got stuck in fucking stupid Canada because Air Canada is the worst airline of all
Of
time.
all time, dude.
Literally, it's so crazy because I don't want Canada to be a failed nation, but then I go back there and I go, the fucking writing's on the wall, huh?
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
Hold on, it's not only Canada though; it's every American airline right now as well as falling.
Well,
out of the sky.
well, apparently Newark is fucked. You can't
Yeah,
fly into
that's
Newark right
the
now.
airport.
United
That's
fucking
the
flights are
airport.
insane.
Well, I mean, I fly a lot in the United States. I've never really had issues like I have in Canada. Like, I've had 2 times now flying Air Canada in the last 4 times I've flown them where I have to, like, stay at a hotel because the fucking... Dude, last night, this is insane. Last night, they canceled my flight. We're like, it's for weather. Like, I understand. Like, I'm not, like... My beef's not with that. Like, that shit happens.
No.
But so we're on the runway for an hour, and they go, LaGuardia is not taking any more flights right now. So they're like, we're sorry, it's canceled. They're like, you'll get an email saying, like, what...
Is this while you're on the airplane?
Yeah, they go, we're taxiing back, and they go, you'll get an email about what like your flight like options are, right? So then the thing is, because you go in Toronto, you go through American customs in Toronto, right? Like, you don't fly to the U.S. and then go through customs here. You go through it there. So then we get off the plane. Everybody gets off the plane. Full flight. Get off the plane. We all go back through Canadian customs, right?
Oh.
So we're technically back in Canada.
Yeah.
Then I call. I don't have an email. I call Air Canada. They go, you're booked on a flight in 2 hours. I go, well, U.S. customs is closed, so I can't get.
So
on
what
the
do you
flight.
do?
So I have to get a fucking hotel because they're so stupid.
Oh,
Did they
God.
pay for that or cover that?
No, and then
Oh,
dude, the
get
thing
the
is,
refund.
here's-
You'll get the
Here's the
refund.
thing.
They
don't. They don't give
Here's
it
the
to you,
thing.
bro. They're
So
the
Not
worst.
Canadians. There's no word in Canadian
Dude,
for refund.
this is the craziest part. There wasn't a single. This is at like 9 p.m. There wasn't a single Air Canada employee at the largest airport in Canada. So I called them, and the guy on the phone's like, "Yeah, you should get reimbursed." But
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
should.
there's nobody. Normally, what happens is they give you like a hotel.
Yeah,
voucher.
yeah, that's
He
what
goes, but he's like, there's nobody to give it to you.
Oh, that's why I call them. You'll get refund. You'll
Ah,
no, you will.
you have-
No,
you
no,
will.
bro. Dude,
No,
bro.
no,
Every
no.
flight I've had with
They're
them,
You gotta call and stay on these people.
it's been crazy, bro. Air Canada's the biggest one too,
Yeah.
and they always fuck you over.
Dude, they're the worst. Literally the worst. And then when I went to Vancouver, they had the hockey game on, the U.S. Canada All-Star game thing.
Oh,
but it was
no.
in French.
yeah. Oh,
It's like they just want to kick you in the dick any chance they get. Anyways, we're joined today.
Fucking
We have
Quebec.
all recurring
What's
guests.
the first language there, though, first?
English.
English.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. And then it's
Yeah.
English, Punjab, and then French.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that actually it?
Dude, there's
Yeah. Right after Punjab is Spanish and Saskatchewan is. They speak some weird Canadian there.
Dude, everybody. Oh, fuck off.
None of it was live?
No, it's going. It's live right now.
Oh.
It's live right now, but there's just a video lag. Guys, I'm sorry.
gives a fuck?
I got an Ethernet cable, but I forgot it because I'm delusional with lag. Or
Just the video. The audio's.
Yeah, we're going to play Xbox 360.
all right,
with
well
the
then you might
Ethernet.
just have to listen to it because I'm not making a new stream.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do. We got an Ethernet cable actually specifically for this, but I forgot it at home because we haven't used it since.
Oh.
So I didn't have it in my bag at the
Oh,
studio.
son of a bitch! You should have told me. I have 5 of them at home.
Yeah, no, I have one. I went and bought like
Why?
I went and bought like a
'Cause I bought
30-foot
so
Ethernet
many.
cable.
Yeah, I got 100 foot thinking that wasn't going to be long
enough.
enough, and all I needed was 25 feet, but I can't measure that much. I'm a half
Yeah.
a retard from
Yeah,
like the top of my
yeah.
head. So I bought a 100-foot cable that could scale my whole apartment 6 times.
That was like old. That was like when I was in college and we were
Yeah.
fucking playing Halo.
Halo,
LAN.
yeah.
System
Or Unreal
Lincoln.
Tournament.
Yeah, dude. We had a house like this giant house where it's like literally just all up every stairs. Just
Yeah.
had like Ethernet cables.
Because that's all you had back in the day was just like Ethernet cables to run you like fucking 100 yards. Like they had. To
Well, we
fucking
could
go
use
from
that
house
right
to
now.
house.
I apologize for the lag, everybody. Hopefully, it'll just go away. I did get a LAN cable. That's the thing. I got the cable.
Damn.
I just forgot it at home.
I'll donate one to this podcast.
I don't need a donation. I have
Okay.
it. I bought it. I just
Typical
I forgot
Canadians
it.
begging for everything, dude.
I don't
Some
make
Americans-
They
anything.
need,
I have
they
it.
need, they
You
need
make
all
us look
our
like Air
shit,
Canada
dude.
right now,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
This is very
we got a
Air Canada.
delay? We got a delay on the thing?
I know. This is very Canadian fucking show right
That's
now.
where we're broadcasting out of the
Yeah, we
airport.
got the bad Wi-Fi. That was the thing too. I'm in Pearson Airport. The fucking Wi-Fi doesn't work there. I'm just like, this is the biggest fucking airport in Canada. It's like you guys
Yeah.
don't have working Wi-Fi. Like this is fucking third world shit.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
And I'm
man.
telling you, it didn't used to be like that.
Yeah,
It's like
I blame Trudeau, and now you got Carney.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Anyways, joining me today, Ryan O'Toole,
What's up?
Marito LOPEZ.
What's up?
Fellow Canadian.
Hey,
Doug URAM.
Hello.
As you guys remember, for the guests, you guys can hang up on anybody for any reason.
Yeah.
All right, the phone lines are open. 1-888-949.
Call.
2969. Whatever you guys want to talk about.
know what they should do now? They should all call up about the Ray DeVito story because I have no idea what it is, and he has no way. There's no way he can hang up.
Who?
Wait, remember when
well,
people
but
were
the thing is,
calling
if
him
Ray's
busting his
not
balls?
on,
oh, nobody
then-
cares.
yeah. So when Ray comes on,
Yeah.
then what happens is he has all these enemies.
That's
And then they notify everybody that
Yeah.
he's on this live show, and then they go call in.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, like they have like a bat signal that goes up for Ray DeVito.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they don't have that tonight. So
Son of a bitch.
he is upstairs, but I don't.
He
think
is
that's-
upstairs,
I don't think
yeah.
that's enough for them to call in. All right, we got a call here. Sorry about the lag, everybody. Hello.
That's what you in the first call. Go ahead.
You're on the Bathhouse.
Yo.
All right, nothing's working tonight.
No, he's probably just an idiot.
No. No. Nothing coming in. Okay, hold on. It is connected. Okay.
Call back.
Guys, I honestly wanted to cancel the show forever, and then I didn't, and then I said I wasn't
I
going to
thought
do
you
it.
did when you kept telling me next week, and then next week
Well,
you
that
were
was just
telling me next week
because the
too.
club kept canceling it. That wasn't actually me.
Bro, you're being Air Canada as fuck.
Guy,
right now.
they're
Why,
rubbing off on
why
me.
was the stand canceling this?
Because people like Tim Dillon had a show, so they needed the green room, and then someone else had a show, and they needed the green
God
room.
forbid 4 assholes sit in the corner. That's going to block a comedy show from happening, right?
Well, it was just that's what it was. So, anyways, Johnny, you want to try that? Okay. Well, I
We did the show
reconnected
one
the
time though
Zoom.
while Tim was here. He was just sitting right here on the couch the one
I
time.
think
when we were
so,
doing it.
but
Yeah.
I think he said he's just like he wants the green room. So
Ah.
I think
Yeah,
some
that
people are
makes-
just
that-
like I
that
want
actually-
the,
that
they want the
actually
green
makes
room
sense.
for their show.
We actually just calmed down. you know?
Okay, well, try again. Phone lines are open. 1-888-949. I'm gonna kill myself.
You do look thinner though, buddy. Is
Thanks.
it all the stress? Is that what it was?
Probably. I had E. coli.
Get the fuck out of
From
here.
America or Canada?
From Canada, of course. That fucking
They don't wash their
failed
fucking
state of Canada. I went
That's on lettuce,
I went
right?
to Tim Hortons. I got an
On
everything
anything.
bagel with a
Yeah, on
tomato on it. And
Oh,
I
it's a tomato.
got E. coli, and I probably shit 150 times.
Timmy
in 4
Ho-Ho?
days.
Dude, you look ripped right now, though.
Yeah, that's from all the shitting.
I know.
I did.
Your abs look
Hello?
tight. I could see him through the shirt.
Right.
Yo, no, he's there.
I know he's there, but it's not coming through the Bluetooth.
Steve.
Let's put him on speakerphone.
No, it'll sound like shit. Because that's another issue with the green room is that there's so much interference down here that the Bluetooth has problems connecting sometimes. I'm gonna restart the phone. I'm just gonna restart the phone. I'm sorry, everybody.
Tim Hortons.
It worked when we tried it, but anyway. So I went to Tim Hortons, which now everybody in Canada calls Sing Hortons
Why?
Why?
because
Because of the brown people.
because it's all Indian
Yeah.
people who work there. So literally, like in Canada, you go like, oh,
S-I-N-G-H?
yeah.
that's
So like
great.
literally, you go like, I went to Tim Hortons,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, you mean Sing Hortons?
That's
Oh.
what you gotta love about Canada, how they slide in their subtle racism.
Dude,
I love it.
is.
Sing
And it's
Hortons.
funny.
That's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Sing
That
That
is
is a
like
good
literally
one.
what everybody calls it now.
Yeah, that's because it's on brand. That's perfect. Sing Hortons, and it was just the same thing. Like they also adopted that same how England calls their bodegas Pakis because
Yeah.
Pakistanis run it.
Right.
Fucking Canada was doing the same thing, calling their bodegas
But this
Pakis.
is
That's
like
fucking
this
amazing.
is like a recent development. Like
Yeah.
this isn't like I lived there 5 years ago. Like they didn't ever say that.
Sing. I think they're
This
just
is like
tired.
in the last like 5 years.
Oh man, if that's not a nation that's tired,
Yeah.
that's a
they're
good way to put it.
exhausted.
It is
It's
an
just like enough of this shit.
It's an
Legit.
exhausted.
Yeah, it
nation.
really is.
Past 3 years, people are getting pissed at the Indians.
Yeah.
Everyone hates the Indians.
It's like enough.
What if
Because
people
they
get-
brought in 5 million of them
Yeah.
in
There's
like
a
a
lot.
very
Dude,
short period
if
of
you
time.
think about it, for some reason, there's this whole mass migration, and it's not just here. It's England and it's Canada. The Western civilization is bringing in migration
Yeah.
illegally like fucking crazy.
Man, this whole thing hits way different when you look like you do.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Anybody have a hat? Anybody have a hat? You have a hat? Can I borrow that?
yeah.
And it's flat brim too. All right, let me finish what I was saying. So, like I was saying, it's out there is different, you know.
Yeah, why are they all coming over here? Because it's better over here than it is there?
It's
Yeah,
not
of
illegal
course.
in Canada, though. It's all legal immigration.
Yeah, it's all legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
If you
Let's see
believe
this
in
works.
conspiracies,
Let's see if this works. Hello, you're on the Bathhouse.
I like this
Are you there?
Nick.
Hey, I just want to talk to Crew.
hey,
We made it. What's up? Oh yeah, don't read their names off the thing. Who are we speaking with?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Kruger.
He said it. He said it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Sorry. What's up, man?
I'm on Denver. I couldn't believe I got on. I'm
Yeah,
so
you're
stoked.
on. Yeah,
Fucking
we've
love
had
you guys.
Just
Danny, you're the
numerous
man.
technical problems. Just how it goes. How you doing, man?
Oh, man.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm great. Well, I'm on Denver area. I'm totally doxing myself, but I'm just saying, if anyone wants to steal my identity, they can have it. I mean, it's not worth a lot. You know, my credit's really bad.
Okay.
But I wanted to talk to you about these underground, you know, super high profile people building underground caves for the apocalypse.
Like who? Like Zuckerberg?
Like the
Jews.
like the deep state.
That's what's
yeah,
coming,
they all
yeah.
got like
I
a
heard
backup plan.
I
where,
heard
like, if
something
stuff-
about. I saw like briefly on Twitter, maybe today or yesterday, like something about how George Bush built some like $21
I
trillion
saw that headline
Yeah.
too.
underground.
Who knows if that's
but it's
true, though.
21 trillion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the
Why
because it's
wouldn't
a
you, though?
whole
I mean-
tunnel network. Apparently,
that's the
It's
United
fucking
States
gigantic.
GDP for an entire year.
Yeah,
I'm not buying it.
it's well, it's not
Yeah,
just United
but,
States.
redneck-
It's the globalists, the globalists, brother.
Oh,
so
yeah.
But you're saying
if
the
I had
rednecks.
if I had the funds, I'm just saying, if I had the funds, I'd probably do it. And then people who are into hoarding and like prepping, they've been on this for years.
Yeah,
so
they've
why
been on this
wouldn't
for years.
someone
Yeah,
like
except
trillions of
their
dollars-
bunkers are in a tree.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the underground shit. They have a tree house in fucking North Dakota that they retreat to. It's like this is gonna save us. It's like that's gonna
Yeah,
burn.
like it's not going to be bomb proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I could see a lot of people like Colorado people being into that kind
For
of
sure.
thing. Though.
Well, apparently, isn't there an entire bunker
Yeah.
underneath the Colorado airport? That's a big conspiracy
Yeah, I was just,
theory.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just in that
Yeah.
airport last week, actually.
Did you hear it knocking from underneath you?
No, but they have all this weird like paintings and stuff. Famously,
Yeah,
like,
it's really
weird like
strange.
imagery. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it all pictures do, and
Well,
apparently the
someone-
airport's in the shape of a swastika too, from what I heard.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
literally.
Oh, there's all
It's
sorts
so
of
funny. You go
things.
from what I've heard. I go on Google Maps and just
Yeah.
confirm
Oh, yeah,
that. You go from what I heard. You go. You want to just
Yeah, I don't like
check
to
that out?
speculate,
You want to
yeah.
take 30 seconds and check that out?
From what I heard, there's a lot of Indians in Canada. That's that is what I heard.
But,
There's a lot of
I mean,
Indians everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Except in India.
No, there's
They're
a
delayed opening.
There's a
If
lot
you-
in India.
yeah.
If you look at the history, that airport delayed opening by like 8 years, and it
Yeah.
went over budget by like tens of 20s of millions of dollars that we know about. So I feel like they're still building under there. And then people say like, well, how could you cover that sort of thing up with that many people involved? It's like, well, it's on under the guise of something greater. It's like,
Right.
oh no, we're making this like. You're a worker. You don't know what you're working on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
They can
Kinda like
they can
building a
keep
Death
you in the
Star.
dark. And
I
just
don't
be
know.
like,
There was
sure.
a fucking. Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is
that's
the
all I
type
gotta
of
say. I
people,
think-
the
I think
type
there's
of
something
people
to it.
that would be doing the manual labor to work on that are the type of people that listen to shows like this and they would let it be known. That's why I don't
true.
buy that at all.
Yeah, there would be a person who's like,
That's
no,
why I don't buy
worked.
that
They
at all.
call in. and
Yeah,
just
but
work
here's the thing. It's
coast to
easier
coast.
for you to go. Anything that we know is true now. Like, perfect example, COVID came from a lab, and they called you a conspiracy theorist.
And
which
a
is
racist.
Yeah, exactly. Which is the conspiracy
Which is-
theorist
that's
term
besides the
itself.
point.
Yeah, besides the point. I mean, I thought that anyway, but I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, and then it
We're
just
getting into
happened to be
weeds
true.
here.
Yeah, we're getting into, that's not what we're talking about here. But the term conspiracy theorist, again, the conspiracy theory around the term conspiracy theorist is,
This came from JFK.
yeah, it came from that in the CIA.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
label people
let's
as
not
like
discount it. It's
loons.
just a theory. It's really just a theory. So
Yeah,
it's,
but I
don't
agree
know.
with you that like the people who work
People
on
would
it-
open their mouth, like obviously you could do something
Yeah.
in like a laboratory or something. You know, you can keep stuff. But I'm like, if they're building like, and I didn't read that story too, and I saw that fucking headline too about
I saw
George
that,
Bush.
but
did
I'm
the
like, I'm
thing.
not buying this.
It's like if they had a $21 trillion construct, just the amount of people. It's like there's
Yeah.
not one way, one
Here's the
asshole.
thing. I don't even think
I'm gonna
like
say
if you're
something.
one of these like elites and you're worried about like the U.S. getting bombed out, you're not building a fucking shelter in America. You're like,
No.
you got an
No,
island.
you're
got an
going to
island on
Antarctica.
the
moon.
No,
Yeah.
you got an island
Yeah.
somewhere, and
Yeah.
you're like, you got a
And
safe
you're probably
island.
you're not going to some major airport, but
No,
I mean, there's some to it. I think they do exist. I think there's something that exists.
Totally,
For sure.
totally.
Yeah.
I would
It might
agree
not
with.
be under the airport.
Well, look no further than Switzerland,
also,
where
I
they
don't
hold the
think,
economic forum every year. I mean, all the elites go there. You're
Right.
telling me if shit hits the fan that there's not something to protect them in that country? Come on.
yeah,
Yeah,
There's definitely
they
something.
got-
There's always some place. There's always
Yeah.
some place that the elite go.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no
Just how
coincidence
many
why
are invited.
Switzerland's
There's some
always
hol-
neutral
There's
in
some
every war.
hollowed out mountains.
Oh, for
somewhere.
sure. Yeah, yeah. Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
That's not right to talk about my sister, though.
Well, I was just saying, like, I don't think, I don't think any of the stormtroopers. I don't think Darth Vader like gave his plans to any of the stormtroopers. So I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's not unfeasible to think that, like, if you're working on something that you know the fucking
Yeah, I'm
ultimate
just saying,
plan.
Totally.
if construction
I
workers are
mean-
like, we've been working on, laying cement on this project under the Denver airport for
Yeah.
the last 20
7
years
years, yeah.
or something, you're like, yeah, that would probably
Yeah, that's true.
make its way out.
I don't think there's any Teamsters working on that project.
Yeah, you're probably
You know what
true.
I mean?
I don't know if
Probably
it's
a
like
lot
this.
of
Have you seen the?
engineers.
If it's in the U.S., I don't know if it's Social
But it-
Security or something, but they like. It's either something like Social Security or something, but like they do it all manually and they do it in this like fucking hall. It is in like a hollowed out like mountain.
Yeah.
I think it's Social Security or like some sort of government benefit, and they work literally like in like this weird like underground bunker thing.
Huh.
Yeah,
I think they're doing it, man.
Oh, I'm just saying, if
Like
you,
underground bunkers, going to Mars.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
Jews
Which
here.
that's the thing. For that, they go, oh, we just process Social Security payments there or whatever. Or
And it's all money laundering.
No, it's
in
not
the
money
end.
laundering, and all the people work there, and they go, "Yeah, it is weird that we do this in this
Yeah.
fucking mountain." And then shit hits the fan, and they're like, "Yeah, get the fuck out."
And
This
that's
is- this
exactly
is
how
what
you
this is for.
have people keep a secret.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
yeah.
a
It's
secret out
like-
in the open.
It's like,
Right.
what are you building here? It's like, oh, I was
Or
told it's
you-
just another corridor for the buses to park under the airport. Why it's 47 feet deep, I don't
Yeah.
know. But you know what? This is my job, and I keep my mouth shut.
Yeah,
I feed
yeah.
my family. What do I care?
Yeah, but I think those types of people, like keeping their mouths shut,
Yeah.
I think that's done. I think it's done. I don't think people are keeping their mouths shut because everyone's so like addicted to
I
just
don't
like
know.
getting the word out.
Yeah, but
no,
you could sit
definitely
there and
because
talk
everyone
shit
wants
all
to
you
be.
want, though. Like you could sit there and say, this is what we're doing, and everybody's gonna be like, he's fucking nuts. Why are you listening to that? Why are you
that
listening
is
to
true.
Bob? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
Like people called Alex Jones a kook for
that's
years,
true, too.
and despite how you feel about it, the guy called fucking 9/11. All right, he did it, and people thought that he was out of his fucking mind.
What do you mean he called 9/11?
Yeah, what
You've never watched that video?
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was like
In July.
All did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did it?
He called and 2000. Dude, fucking. He said 9/11 was gonna happen in July.
Yeah.
And he perfect. It goes. The CIA was saying that they were gonna blow up airliners and they were gonna pin it all on this man called Osama bin Laden. He was the perfect boogeyman that they need. And sure enough, 9/11 happens. And who did they pin it on? The Osama bin Laden, because they needed a reason to go into the Middle East.
Well, bin Laden also did love blowing shit up though too.
Did he though?
Did you ever listen to his videos? That's all he talks about is wanting to blow
Do you
up
speak
more
Arabic?
stuff. I've
Me neither.
You're right.
All right. Anything
Man,
else?
I'm just so happy that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I just want to say I'm really happy I can kick off another episode of the Bathhouse and we get straight to 9/11.
Yes, of course.
I think I did my job.
I mean, the Jews are coming up, so
I know. I'm waiting for that one.
we're just waiting for the
We already
Jews.
talked about
9/21.
COVID, the COVID thing. Let's just keep going.
2
At least
o'clock.
we got a few minutes without bashing the Jews. We got a few minutes in.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate you guys.
Thanks,
Love you,
Tom.
Danny.
Peace out.
Fucking,
Appreciate it.
yeah, thanks for representing. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another call. Hello, you're on the Bathhouse.
Hello.
What's up?
Hi. I'm so glad. I'm a huge fan, but I'm not a fan of the bald guys. I don't trust them. So this is for Danny mainly.
Okay.
Danny, how as a musician,
You might mean the white
when
one.
music is basically worthless, with the AI stuff and all that, like, what would you do as a musician to stand out these days? Because I feel like comedians got it made now. You guys have got the quick.
Comedians do not have
get
it
their,
made.
Get their, no, I was just saying, 5 seconds you got a joke doing. Whether you're good looking or not. If you got the jokes, you could interview people. You could do stuff.
You're saying how do you? Yeah,
what-
I mean, it is tough. Like you're saying, how do you like make it as a musician? That's fucking. I don't know. You like, I don't know. But you know what? Like, there's a venue right outside of here. What's the venue?
Irving Plaza.
Irving Plaza. Every time I come here, it's a Tuesday night. Every time I come here, there's literally some band playing there with a line going literally around
Yeah,
the
but
block.
that's like a pretty well-known venue.
Yeah, but it's a well-known venue. Obviously, the bands are. I look at the marquees. 90% of them I've never heard of.
The one that was there when we walked here, I looked up online and it was like 900,000
So
monthly
is
listeners.
the
I
option-
never heard of them.
Never heard of them. Yeah.
Was it like some kind of punk band?
I think it's like metal.
I think it was
want to
metal.
say.
Ah.
Every time it's rappers. when I
Metal's
see
coming
it.
There's a lot of rappers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
Metal might be coming
So do
back.
you build
guys.
yourself up online nowadays? Or is
Yeah,
it
like
better
dude,
that you just-
social media, man. I mean, honestly,
TikTok
like
is a big thing for them.
I think a big one too is if you can get on like Spotify playlists, like just those generic like
For musicians.
For musicians,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Spotify has like a
Yeah.
million playlists where they kind of curate them, and if you make it on one, like
That's how you do it.
you
Yeah.
kind of like can blow up.
Also,
from that.
Sirius XM still pays musicians
Yeah,
to play their
Sirius.
music
Yeah,
on their
Sirius.
fucking-
If you get on Sirius, but I mean, how you start as a musician right now, probably the same way as always. You just, except
Yeah.
for that, you just do the social media thing. and-
Yeah. Except
and-
they don't have those little venues anymore. Like they used to have all like CBGBs and all that bullshit. Where
Yeah.
you could have like these local punk bands show up and then they'll blow up and they'll get bigger.
Yeah,
They don't have that
No,
anymore.
but they
It's
have
kinda
social
sad,
media.
man.
I think it's just
Yeah.
social media, same as comedy, same as anything. It's
But
just
here's the
like-
thing, and it's the same thing as social media and comedy. A fucking band puts together a song or an album, whatever, they put it out on social media, but live they might suck. It's the same thing with
Exactly.
a comic.
I mean,
you
that
know?
guy
You're great on
Benson.
social
That guy
media, but you
Benson
stink
Boone
on
was like
fucking-
fucking literally was just like a TikToker, and now he's playing Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
He's a musician.
Yeah,
Good
he was
for
just like
him.
he was just like a TikToker, and he's
Yeah.
playing Madison
Yeah.
Square
And you
Garden.
could be an ugly musician and still get laid. An ugly comic struggles to fuck all the time.
Yeah.
Like there's no
not the
a lot
same.
of ugly comedians don't get laid. An ugly music Mick Jagger's an ugly fuck.
Yeah.
But he's so straight he fucks dudes.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah.
All rappers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a good point. Biggie
Because
was
I'm getting
fucking
lost in the
cross-eyed.
sauce.
yeah. So, what kind of music do you do?
And fat.
What kind of
You see,
music?
that's the thing. I've done it all to some degree. It's mostly like hard rock stuff and like stuff that's like more old school.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I got to become a public speaker, and I got to like bring people together. I got to be, Tony Robbins.
Why do you wanna be a public
you're living
speaker?
your dreams too small.
But like, why do you want to do that?
But it's more like you get on stage, you get people talking about music because it's about the collaboration. It's about like bringing people together and changing cultures and this sort of thing because everything is just, fast flash, whoever is in is out the next minute.
Yeah, but
So,
like, is that something you
it's
want to
just
do,
something
or
I
you
would
just
I love
want
his
to?
perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you want to be a musician, not a fucking life coach. It seems like, which I mean, I would not want a life coach who's just like, yeah, I actually don't want to do this.
And let me just remind you guys, keep up on your macros. Get enough protein.
I'm just glad we got talking about it a little bit. I really
But
appreciate
I mean, look,
you guys.
social media, like all the Instagram, TikTok shit is like you do really have like the world at your fingers if you put something out that people want.
And can I give this guy a piece of advice? Only because I find myself falling into the same trap. Don't get discouraged and make up excuses on why you're not making it, because I do that a lot. And I'm
Right,
assuming
we
you're
gotta
doing the
hang
same
up.
thing. Oh, cocksucker.
We gotta hang up. Not on you.
Oh.
You can keep going, Doug.
That was
Uram.
listening.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
let's hear
So,
your
like,
fucking words of inspiration.
Because like I'll make up excuses for myself. Like, this is why this ain't happening. This is why that's not happening. But meanwhile, it's like, you kind of do have things at your own fingertips and your own control.
100%.
Well, the problem is you're fucking busy skinning a turkey instead of fucking making content.
I know.
The thing is, you could be filming skinning the turkey.
They were saying that
is
you
a great
hunt.
idea. Yeah,
You're
that's
a
right.
hunter.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
dude, you know
yeah.
how hard it is to get a cat? It's fucking hard to do.
Hey man, well that's.
But I gotta do it. Yeah,
just
you're
do
right.
it. It's fucking
Is that what you're
next-
gonna do? You're gonna start.
Next hunting season, I'm gonna start filming.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
Just
You
get
ever
what-
kill a moose?
Never. No.
No?
No,
I
dude,
want-
that's a lot of money to do.
Dude, I saw
That's
a moose one
ton of
time in
fucking
upstate
money.
New York.
I've never seen a moose, bro. I
Bro,
want to see
I
one so
couldn't
bad.
believe how big it was.
Wait, there's no moose. Oh, closer to Canada.
Way,
yeah.
bro. I
Oh,
was like
out of
western
the
New York.
Rondecks,
I was like way
Buffalo.
up. It
How
was,
big?
They're
dude.
massive, man. They're like
Dude, their head is the size
it
of your
really was.
torso.
It probably was 10 feet tall. Like
Yeah.
fast.
I heard they're like dinosaurs. Like they're massive.
Dude, it was.
And they're
I never
assholes.
thought they would have been that big.
Yeah.
It went in front of the car we were driving in. I think it was in I was in an SUV. It was like a Rav4 or like a crossover or something.
Jesus.
It made the car look like nothing.
Like a
dude.
Hot Wheels.
Bro, I was like, holy
Oh,
shit!
you hit one of those,
I had,
you're fucking-
Oh,
Oh, you're
dead.
dude!
Yeah,
I mean,
fuck.
if people die from deer, I mean, this thing must be like hitting a wall, dude.
Oh yeah, buddy, you're done.
I couldn't believe
Dude,
it.
he's over 1,000 pounds of solid
easily,
muscle.
easily a thousand pounds.
Yeah,
easily.
my friend
Yeah,
was
he's a tank.
canoeing, like camping in Algonquin Park in Ontario, and he's like literally a moose started fucking swimming.
Oh,
They swim.
God.
That's
Yeah.
the thing too. They swim.
They're animals.
That's
They're
crazy.
savages.
Towards him?
Yeah, I started. He was
Shit
freaking
my
out.
pants.
I
Bro,
just never
that's
thought they would have been a
crazy.
scary animal. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Like when you see like pictures of them and on TV, I'm like, oh, whatever. And then when I saw it, I was scared.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
massive.
dude. Their head is the size. They go from your knees to the
Easily.
top of your fucking
Easily,
head. That's
yeah.
just their head. And you're
Yeah.
just like, Jesus
That's
Christ.
actually beautiful too, though.
What?
Like to be like in the lake and it's fucking.
Yeah, except for you're just like
In a
things
canoe.
that die.
yeah.
in a canoe with no
The
gun.
thing is if it swims by you, you go, that was cool.
Yeah.
But like you're just like, I don't know what this thing's about to
Do
do.
they
Well, that's the
fuck
thing.
with people
Yeah,
a
they're
lot?
pricks. You're more
Really?
likely to be killed by a moose than a grizzly bear in the wild.
No
yeah.
shit.
Because moose are just more aggressive
What
than a
a
grizzly.
gay way to die.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Are you
bro.
serious?
Yeah.
A moose?
A grizzly bear is more. I'm sorry. A moose is more aggressive than
Yeah,
a fucking,
yeah,
especially during the rut, which means they're mating. A moose, like they're just aggressive. They're looking for females, and they'll fuck you up in a heartbeat.
I had no
if you get in
idea
their
they
way,
were. Damn.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up. Shout out to Dan Buckley for he says keeping the doors of the bathhouse open. Let's go. Let's go indeed. And thanks for who was it? Tiffany for hanging up on the last guy. Oh no, aggressive Yeti.
Do
All right.
people eat moose? Do people hunt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
moose is
I heard it's delicious.
Good eat. Delicious.
Yeah, never
Good eat.
eat
It's
it.
all good.
Had elk, not
Yeah.
moose.
I've had
Moose is amazing.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
moose sausage.
All right.
Oh my god,
All
it's
right.
incredible.
Let's
Nice
turn,
lean
it, turn
meat.
into the fucking Joe Rogan podcast. Hello. Hello, you're on the bathhouse.
Let me tell you about mushrooms.
Danny, it's Sean from Pittsburgh,
Sean
my
from
man. How you
Pittsburgh,
doing?
my favorite man from Pittsburgh. What's up, man? What's
Nothing,
going?
man.
What the
So I
hell is
just wanted
going
to
on
call
over at
since Doug is
PNC
here.
Field?
Oh, the belt come out. It's fucking Pootie Tang all over again.
What is going on, man? There's like fucking this guy almost died, and there was
Oh, the guy
something-
who fell over the fence.
and
the
then
other
there was
yeah.
something else happened there.
I always love when somebody dies at a ball field.
Dude, he literally like leaned on a railing, and you just see him just go fucking 20 feet over.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that dude. Anyway, so no, I want to call. I wanted to ask Doug one question.
Hello.
Doug, I want to know how do you feel about our new soldier Kanye West joining the the white man side of the story?
Hail
That's
Hitler.
all.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
dude, that guy is out of his fucking mind. He's talking about sucking his cousin's dick now in his
Yeah.
song and everything.
over, man.
That's gonna be a hit.
You were
If that
probably a
wins
big Kanye guy, huh?
Huh?
You were probably a big Kanye.
Huge Kanye
I love
guy.
Kanye
Yeah.
West music.
Huge Kanye
I loved his
guy.
music.
Dude, he
Can't
had
stand
a
him
Black
anymore.
Grand Wizard fucking outfit.
That was funny.
That's
man.
insane, dude.
That's crazy.
And,
he's
he went into the bathroom to put it on.
I know.
And academics kept filming.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
So you soured on him?
I can't stand him, bro.
Yeah.
I can't
No.
stand him.
Yeah.
And it's made me realize that even when he was good, he sort of sucked.
No, no,
No.
Bro, he
I don't
was
think
not
that's
a good
true.
rapper.
no.
I don't think
Kanye
that's
has,
true.
he has some
Kanye
good
West had
bars.
some
Kanye's not a
awesome
good
music.
rapper.
Fucking-
Great producer.
Yeah.
Bad rapper.
He had some alright shit.
I don't know.
Nah, bro, he's not no bars.
Yeah.
My whole thing is I don't understand, like, as someone who's like not a Jew or like someone he's attacking, I don't understand why people take him so serious when it's like he's really is no different than someone on the train acting like a psychopath.
That's true.
Like,
Except he has a lot more money.
Totally.
And
Well,
he owns the
that's
train.
it's money.
yeah,
Yeah.
that,
Well,
I guess
and-
there is that, but it's like is he who's he employing? He's not doing anything. You know what I mean? I know
Well, he
he
has
a
clothing companies and shit like that, so
I mean,
he does
he
employ a
ran
lot
a
of people.
Super Bowl ad where he was selling a T-shirt with a swastika on
Yeah,
it.
and they ran it. They ran the fucking
Yeah,
ad.
that which is
They had
hilarious.
no
Yeah, I
problem
guess
taking that
take that
1.2
back.
million.
Crazy that
Take
they
Well,
that
that's the
back.
thing. He just goes. He just made a an ad for Yeezy.com, and then if you went to the website, all it sold was a T-shirt with a swastika on it.
Only in like LA though.
Pretty funny
yeah.
$6 million little prank right there.
Insane. What a
All right.
troll.
I know. Let's take a phone call here. We got Rafe. I haven't talked to Rafe in a minute. Is the lag still going on? Sorry for the lag, everybody. Hello,
Yo,
Rafe.
what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Yo, so with India and Pakistan right now.
Yeah, popping off with India and Pakistan right now.
Oh.
yeah,
just
yeah.
happened.
Getting juicy.
Yeah,
So all the last the three big things going on right now were all like conflicts of people moving into not their country.
It's all blood
and,
feuds.
kind of claiming it as
It's
theirs.
all century-old blood
Chimera.
feuds.
That feud has been going on
Yeah,
since
it's
the
all-
British
yeah.
Empire.
Yeah, that's an old one, man.
It's never
so
stopped.
funny too because you're like, here you go, you guys are the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like us. We can't. And if you mix them
gotta-
up, you're the asshole.
Yeah, you're just
It's
like,
shut up.
Yeah, I get one of you guys is Hindu and one of you guys is Muslim, but can I just get a bagel?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, can you guys
good,
fight
bro.
after? Yeah.
But they
good
really
racism.
are though. They really were the same people though.
I
know.
know.
Yeah, they were. Then they got
just
split.
different-
And then
literally
India
religions.
had that big problem where Islam was just moving across the border and taking over the country, and then they kind of did their due diligence
they-
by
Yeah.
pushing it out.
Yeah.
Big
but
time. Big time.
which is
That's why Indians love Israel.
Exactly.
Like, dude, if you
Yeah.
go on Twitter
You're
and stuff,
exactly right.
Indians fucking love Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just
sure.
because they're
True,
just
yeah.
like, we're getting rid of the
As a
Muslims.
Muslim, yeah.
Because they hate Muslims.
Yeah.
So then they're just like, we love Israel.
Which it's funny when you do see that, and that's where the old blood feud starts. Again, British Empire starts way back when, and then when Islam started pushing across that border and started taking over India, they kind of saw the writing on the wall back then, even though they didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But they saw that we cannot let this religion spread too far into our country.
Yeah.
We can't because we have values.
So, Marito, you're Muslim.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Thoughts? Thoughts?
So,
Comments?
is there any other like super old blood wars maybe outside of Africa?
Oh, for
Like, maybe,
sure.
like, South
Ireland still.
America or
They're
something
the
like
Protestants
that?
and Catholics still
yeah,
hate each
they're
other.
that's
yeah,
cool
but they're not
down.
really actively.
That's
they're
cool
not
down.
actively
Yeah, but every now and then, like every
doing
20 years or
No,
so.
the Irish hate them.
Yeah,
Still.
well,
Hate
they're all Irish, but yeah, they I've
Protestants
talked.
and Catholics.
We have a caller actually, James from Ireland, who calls in from time to time, and he said it's kind of cooled down. Like it's
Oh, yeah.
not, it's not like anything like it used to be. Like you,
But every now and
it
then
used
you
to
have
be
one
like you
boil
couldn't
over.
marry, like if you were Catholic, like literally you tear your family apart by marrying a Protestant. Now it's kind of like not that big of a deal. Like they're kind of learning to just live with one another and.
But still, I still
kill
love
each
those
other.
old, like once every 10. There's still a little.
Yeah,
few
I mean
that-
Africa
and one
has
gets
tons of.
shot,
I mean,
you're
dude,
like, oh,
they
look
had
at
the
that.
Serbs and the Croats for
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
killing
Oh, yeah.
the shit out of each
Still
other in
have
the
that, yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
They've got these blood feuds.
You have the
all over-
Ukrainians and Russians going at it for years, you
forever,
know?
yeah. Which
And
again,
they're fighting
same-
a war.
And it's the same
Yeah,
thing as
I
the
remember that.
Indians.
Yeah.
You guys are the fucking same, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
guys
To us,
barely any
exactly. Ukrainian, Russian. It's like, yeah. Can you just drive the fucking cab?
Yeah. I mean, the funniest thing is just like it's the human nature of like everybody always tries to like segment themselves.
Always, yeah.
Right? So you just go like, it's just like how, probably the fucking Koreans hate like Japanese or whatever.
They do, yeah.
Chinese.
Chinese hate the Japanese, yeah.
You know, and you guys are all.
Yeah, you come here and it's like, what are
You
you?
literally have the same haircut. How am I supposed to fucking
Exactly. All
The
three
Chinese are
use
the pretty good reasons
chopsticks.
right in the Japanese, to be fair.
Yeah, I understand they have reasons because they have these fucking conflicts over essentially nothing because they're all just like we're different than each other. And you're
Which
like,
even Vietnam is still the fault of China and Japan arguing over a territory, which is, I mean, the war started over bullshit.
Yeah, like
but you
I
know
remember
what
when I was in Cambodia and you read about like the stuff that the Vietnamese did to Cambodians. And you're like, it's crazy.
Oh, fuck. They just got dude, the Padres are getting whooped right now. It's so funny. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of old feuds, how about the Red Sox and Yankees? Here's one that'll never be
Yankees
settled, guys.
They just scored. They just scored like 9 runs this inning, or like 8 running.
Who the fuck watches
against my Padres?
regular season baseball?
I do. I watch
can't.
regular season baseball.
I can't get into it until the playoffs.
Yeah,
with
playoffs is
baseball,
the
yeah.
best, and the regular season is so.
I feel the same way, like how it's called all those basketball fans.
But you're
phony. I'm
probably
the same
better.
way with
You have some
baseball.
action there, Rafe. You got some action on the game.
Yeah, so I had like just a $20 on San Diego to keep their win streak. But as soon as the pitcher for this inning came out, I put $100 on the Yankees because the pitcher fucking sucks, and they scored 6 runs in a row. So
There you go.
we're up.
Well, that's a good bet. Yeah.
Hopefully parlayed.
I don't know. All right, Rafe. Anything else you want to talk about? Did you end up going on that cruise? Whatever happened? Did your mom get fucking plowed by that dude, or did we talk
Oh,
about that?
no. Yeah, no,
What?
she canceled. She canceled like last minute, and then I just went out to San Diego and partied with my friends.
Oh, okay.
She's like now trying to go on the next one, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going unless you're like 110% going. There's no more of this cancellation bullshit.
Yeah.
But she just fell and broke her leg about a month ago.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
69 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you know, I've
Oh.
been dealing with that, taking care of mom.
At least you don't have to
for you.
worry about her getting banged out by some random rock star guy. That kind of
Yeah,
takes,
exactly.
takes that off the
fucking
table.
some dork wearing a fucking hat.
Yeah, top hat is gonna fucking smash your 69-year-old
Top hat is
mom.
wild. I can't believe my mom made the dude that wears a top hat, dude. That's insane. Fuck.
Good shit. All right, Rafe. Thanks, buddy. Rafe, everybody.
It's funny you mentioned a top hat because I was just thinking, like, when is it that these hipster assholes are gonna start wearing top hats?
Some
all
of
the
them
time?
do.
Do they? No.
Yeah, some of them
Like
do.
magician top hats.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they're
God.
probably like more like nerdy hipsters. I saw some when I was in Edmonton this weekend, actually.
With a top hat.
Yeah, there was a guy who he was kind of dressed like Willy Wonka
No.
at the West Edmonton Mall. There was like a whole crew of them. They were like very nerdy, like all the girls were
Probably
like.
worked there, bro.
No, it was like
They
it was
probably
no.
work
They
at
were
the mall.
no. They were all drinking. It was some party, and they were at some restaurant. And they were like all the chicks were like they kind of like were like fat Suicide Girl kind of with like the
Ew.
bangs, and like one guy looked like Elvis Costello, like exactly.
no.
And, like, it's kind of not cool. Hello, you're on the Bathhouse again. Sorry for the lag, everybody. I promise I'll bring the Ethernet cable next week.
Hey, what's going on?
Slav, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on? So, with this whole Packy dot conflict, something really funny did happen in 2013. So, one of the governors on the Indian Kashmiri side, he told his police that they would threaten to shoot anyone waving a Packy flag.
Okay.
And some
Pakistan.
Packy
It's Pakistan.
painted-
Pakistan. Yeah. I believe the country's called Pakistan.
he painted the flag on the cow. Which is hilarious.
That's a bit incendiary
son of a
right there.
bitch. Wow.
So what happened to him?
It's a ribeye.
He ended up being delicious.
No, what happened to the person?
They killed the kid and washed the cow. What do you think? I mean, they're savage people. But so with this whole conflict, I was thinking it's like, oh, dude, it would be so phenomenal if like they could both glass each other because they got nukes. But then I realized
Well, this is the first. Isn't this the first?
Oh,
Isn't this the first? I saw someone post. I don't know if this is confirmed, but this is like the first attack where it's two countries with nukes.
Yeah,
like
that's so
scary. Yeah, but what is it? But the problem is that if both of these creatures glass each other, the world will be flooded with more of these mud organisms under the.
All right, relax.
Yeah, good.
Fuck
Good.
that, dude.
Okay.
Fuck that, dude. Creatures, organisms.
fuck
we're
him.
sitting here.
Get
we're
the
having
fuck
fun.
outta here,
And
bro.
that's the guys like that
Get
ruin
the
the
fuck
fucking
outta here.
fun and the
We're
jokes.
having fun little races
we're
and
playing
talking about
around.
Jews.
Yeah.
This guy goes in, bro.
Slav's too much, man. This is
That was
like,
crazy.
That was a
Get
lot.
the
man.
fuck out of
He's
here,
fucking
bro.
insane.
Yeah, he started
man.
calling them organisms and creatures. I'm like, all right,
Good
man,
move.
we're fucking around here having fun.
Yeah, he's fucking literally.
Ah,
that
God.
that guy's so
Jesus.
crazy. Man, imagine the
Yeah.
shit he says when he's not on a phone.
Oh, forget it.
Fuck
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, but I
dude.
wonder if he's really like that, though. You think he really
I-
talks
yes,
like
yes,
that? You think
yes.
so?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he came over from his. He basically came over from the racist live chat from Gas Digital.
Ah.
Yeah. He's like a scion of,
Really?
of the
no.
racist live chat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but he acts like this on the internet. Does he act like that in like real life?
I mean, he
when he's
has
with
like a
people?
fucking job. Like that's the funniest
Yeah.
part is like some of these guys who call in, they're like they have regular jobs.
Of
where they have
course,
to
yeah.
totally bottle the shit
Yeah,
up
of course,
all
yeah.
day.
Let it
so
out
this
on
is like the
this.
fucking
Yeah.
escape valve.
I got a good idea. I'll call the Bathhouse.
He's like, I have like 7 minutes to just
Gotta
get
be
all of this out for the day.
brutal life, dude.
Pablo!
Escobar.
Hello?
What's up, buddy?
Wait, we're saying names.
How's it going, Danny?
His name's Pablo. Pablo goes on all the time. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Danny. Headed into work. I'm glad that the Bathhouse is back.
Yeah.
I'm glad you haven't fully axed it, even though you want to.
Yeah, I'm not going
and
to.
I'm glad you hung up on racist Slav.
Yeah. The problem is, it's just like it's with Slav and similar to Jared too. It's just like it's the same shit.
Yeah.
Every week, it's just it's just the same thing always. At least you sometimes get your dick sucked by a prostitute.
And she's of all colors. Yeah.
I mean, it's implied that you paid, and you paid way too much.
Yeah. I believe when Danny said you get your dick sucked by a prostitute, we all know you paid.
Yeah, it wasn't a Make-A-Wish kind of thing. She doesn't a freebie.
Yeah, this one's special. It's on me, sweetheart.
Okay, I wanted to talk about a little bit about two things.
Yeah.
One, the whole alien thing that was aliens were in the news for, 3-4 months and then suddenly disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm still out here looking at shit in the sky and I can't explain any of this. And anytime I try to look it up, there's just no explanation. So it's just like, oh, it's a star or a satellite. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's something out there and nobody's fucking talking about it, man. This
Can
is
you
kinda
take
weird.
a video of it? Like fucking just can we get my biggest pet peeve with the alien shit? People go, I saw this thing. I go, why didn't you fucking whip out your phone?
Yeah.
Because it's quick.
Well, he says he's seeing it. Like, what are you seeing? Tell us. Describe what you're seeing.
I'm seeing light. I'm seeing flashes of light. I'm seeing things move way too fast. And there's
Physics defying movements.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to show what's supposed
Well,
to
it's
do
better
here.
than nothing. You're gonna have to start recording something because a grainy video is you better than saying you're driving to work and seeing stuff.
You're seeing
That's a
it.
good point.
Is this at night or during the day that you're seeing the shit?
Been after all day drinking.
At night.
You do. Where are you? Are you in like a rural area?
No, he's in Northern California. Central California.
Central California.
Because when you go out, I was in Western Massachusetts, I remember, like a couple years ago, and I never seen satellites before, and I thought it was, I was going crazy.
I mean, the drones, like the New Jersey drones that they had kicking around, like those were fucking
a phenomenon.
Well, but the thing is like that was such a big story, and then the government was like, yeah, we just can't talk about it, so then we're gonna let you guys go crazy over this stuff, and then eventually when Trump got in office, Trump was like, yeah, like obviously we knew what it was, and the story is just like, yeah, we're testing out drones. Where do you want us to test them out?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
that's the
obviously,
thing.
over New Jersey, probably not the best place.
Yeah,
'cause it's all the
definitely
fucking
not with all those
retards,
psychopaths.
but-
Yeah,
I know.
Dude, I saw this fucking drone last night. I saw the stars that were moving and shit. I got out. Hey, Debbie, come look at this. It's one of them drones they're talking about.
When's someone gonna shoot one down? Is I feel like I've heard for years.
Well, dude.
Someone fly that over my house. I'm gonna fucking
Yeah,
shoot it down.
Nobody did it.
No,
Yeah.
they never do.
Nobody did.
Do it.
Because I shit my pants.
You have no idea what you're shooting.
Yeah,
at.
exactly.
You have
I was
no
out there
idea.
hunting, right? And I'd get in the woods and it'd be dark, you know? So, and then I'd just be looking up in the sky because they said and all of a sudden, like, I would just say I was in a tree stand and I would just see the drone come by one way.
That's
the other one
terrifying.
go
Oh,
by
you
the other
saw
way.
them?
Yeah, and I'm in the woods and it's dark.
Are you
before
by
the sun
yourself?
comes up. Yeah.
Oh,
before the
shit.
sun comes up, and I would just be like,
Were they close or far? What was
no,
it?
they were like far enough away, but like it weren't far enough away where you knew it was an airplane or a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like, but then they would like fly over to where I was, and there's no noise. Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're fucking gigantic, and you're like,
Yeah, they're like the size of like minivans.
yeah, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like, you would just sit there, and I was like,
That's terrifying.
Do you think it knew you were there?
I don't know.
I mean, they got cameras on them.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
true.
For sure they do.
They definitely have infrared, so all they have to see is my
got
body
all that
heat.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Some jumped out of the tree and opened its face.
Yeah. So,
But bro, you're out there by yourself.
Yeah.
Do you do you ever see
No,
orbs?
I'm not there. I'm
No.
No. He's
no, I'm
talking
not
to,
there with my work crew.
no, he's talking to. He was talking to Doug. So you see this like on a daily basis? You're seeing this, or like just from time to time?
Like every other day now.
And you're near, but that's the thing. You're at an airport, so it's like
Right. I know what the helicopters and planes look like.
Right.
It's not that.
Yeah. These
I know
spacecraft say
what that is.
United.
It's not that.
interesting. Could they be drones?
I don't know. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to fly any drones near an airport.
Well, I'm sure if you're like, yeah, that is a good
got a
point.
point.
It's a
Even
really
the,
good
even
point.
the military probably wouldn't fly them in near
No.
airports just because it's probably.
But that
dangerous.
doesn't stop
There's
people
also
from
a
doing
mil-
it. We,
But like
That's
well,
true too. People shoot at
but you would
planes as
also
they
think,
fly
like,
over the house.
Air traffic controllers are like, yo, there's all these fucking flying things around
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like
That
we
was-
have planes landing constantly.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. No.
Yeah, there's also an Air Force base at my airport. Like they're not like it's under federal like control at all times. There's
Yeah.
not supposed to be any drones at all.
Huh.
Huh.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Well,
yeah,
try.
you
try
gotta
and-
start video. You
Yeah,
gotta
let's
videotape
Let's
them.
see if you can get a video of one next time you see one. Just it might look like
I have
shit,
a-
but
What time does
I
this
have a
happen? Like
GoPro
early in
on
the
my
morning?
car overnight.
Yeah.
Just trying to capture some shit. I'm trying to capture stuff.
Yeah, just
I'm
keep an eye
I'm
out.
trying here.
yeah,
It's just some
All right.
fucking.
Either way, second thing I wanted to talk about real quick.
Yeah.
I didn't verify if this was true or not. I saw a meme saying that Alex Jones has been vindicated in the chemicals from jets, saying that the UK had been experimenting with putting chemicals in jet fuel without
Okay.
telling anybody to cool down the Earth. Did any of you see this?
no, I
Did
didn't.
anybody see this?
I did.
I didn't see it. No,
I heard that. What
This
they
is what,
do is that
this is
they,
like chemtrails.
what they do is that they actually spray
chemtrails.
that. They spray that shit in the sky to block out the UV rays to cool everything down.
To cool everything down. Yeah. Essentially
Yeah.
chemtrails. So,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is your
I'm
thoughts
an
on this,
asshole.
Pablo?
You're right. It's chemtrails.
I mean, it seems like it might be true, but at the same time, I'm like, even if it was true, I don't know how effective it would be because whatever UV blocking chemicals they put in the fuel is immediately just defeated by the amount of CO2 that the engines put out.
Huh. That is a little outside of my pay
I'm just
grade.
happy I'm just happy that my boy Alex Jones is vindicated once again.
that they're doing this. Yeah, I mean, I know they do cloud seeding and stuff. That is a real thing.
They do it in Saudi Arabia to make to make it rain out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they did it in China and stuff. So I know they do that shit. But interesting. So then I guess the question is, who's doing this?
Yeah.
The Jews?
I mean,
That's what it all boils down to. I'm waiting for the next call to be like, well, Danny, I heard it was the Jews that are doing it. Yeah.
These organisms.
Yeah. They're spraying Manischewitz out there in the sky.
All right, cool, Pablo. Well, thanks. Yo, what's going on at the Newark airport? Have you seen that? How
What
they're
about
like?
it?
Do you see like there was like an air traffic controller came out? They're like so understaffed with air traffic controllers.
Yeah.
And this dude came out and he's like, it's not safe to fly into Newark. He's like, do
Oh, that's
not do
good.
it. And like, there's been like
Yes,
crazy
I
delays
told
for
you about
weeks.
this. I told you about this like 3 times. I called back. I told you that the biggest issue is the lack of staffing.
Yeah. Is it like what's required to be an air traffic controller?
Fake fingernails.
The minimum.
Yeah, and extensions. That's it. And hoop earrings.
But so like air traffic controllers, like do you like say like do you just like reply to a job posting and then they just train anybody to be an air traffic controller?
It's everybody.
No, you need to have an FAA license, and that is a minimum of 18 months course, all the way up to about 24 months.
Okay.
That seems pretty short to control aircraft in the sky.
Yeah.
18 fucking months?
18
That
to
is
24
not
months.
long
That's
enough,
insane.
man. Jesus.
Well, I'm sure there's like a
You need your learner's permit when you drive for at least fucking 2 years.
Right. But I'm sure there's like
Dope.
an apprentice period once you even have that. Once you like, they don't just throw you into the mix.
You would imagine, but when you see the news every day, it seems like no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
so
like
true.
they're
That's a
saying
good
they're like,
point.
well, yeah, they're like we have such a shortage and like they're not like crazy incentives to be
Yeah.
an air traffic controller.
Is
They're
that
like,
a high-paying job?
I bet
That's gotta be.
Yeah.
My
No.
cousin was one,
Oh,
but he
no,
died
it's
of a
not.
heart attack.
Oh,
That's not a high-paying. What's
there's your
this guy
answer.
work at an airport?
Yeah, he's an airplane
Yes,
mechanic.
I'm an aircraft mechanic.
That's not a high-paying job. Air traffic controller.
Oh no, my cousin was the head air traffic controller at LaGuardia.
Yeah.
He ended up dying of a heart attack from all the stress. But
I could only
he was
imagine.
making a ton of money.
Maybe the head one, but what Pablo? What is it?
What is it? Free flight?
What does an air traffic controller make? Entry,
that's how they
entry
pay?
level.
Anywhere depending on the size of the airport and how many shifts you get, anywhere between $80,000 to $120,000 a year.
That's not bad.
It
We're not
should-
bad at all.
No, but it
it's
should
not
be
bad.
higher than that. It should be higher than that.
I mean,
It's
well,
80,000
I mean, should they make as much as
Hold
doctors?
on. This is Google. It says the average is 144,580, so almost
What?
$145,000.
That's not bad at all. That's pretty
But
good.
that's not,
Start.
that's not entry level, but yeah,
That's not entry level?
Oh,
Well, that would be the
yeah, no.
average.
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
But still, that's amazing.
That's fucking pretty good
Yeah.
cash.
Yeah, but like you said,
Stressful
that's,
job.
Pretty good
that's
cash.
like the most stressful
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Like that's crazy.
That's what my cousin ended up dying of, all the stress. Healthy guy, other than that, but dude, just that
But
job
just had a heart
fucking
attack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wears on you.
Totally.
And your hours are
Crazy.
fucking
Yeah, your hours
insane.
are
Well, how did he have a heart attack? Just like
he was home and he just fucking had a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm sure it wasn't all the fucking sausage hanging in his closet. Probably had nothing to do with the nitrates.
Before he went to the hospital, wait, grab the provolone. I don't know, we're gonna need a snack.
What are you, Italian?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, for sure with the sausage.
Yeah.
Sausage. So why don't you be an air traffic? Because it does.
Christ.
Why don't you become an air traffic controller?
Because I make plenty of decent money right here, and I prefer to wrench.
Yeah, you just like to
I
do
made
that.
$110,000 last year. It's not too bad.
That's pretty
Nice.
good.
Dude,
That's pretty
that's
good.
not bad
and
at
you're,
all.
And you're young, man.
Yeah.
That's why you can afford all those prosties.
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
wait,
What's this
He's,
guy?
he's an airline mechanic.
This
Oh,
guy made
nice,
6
good.
figures and he goes to prostitutes. You can't find a girl to
He
fucking.
works nights. We've addressed this. He works. He has a
Oh yeah,
bad-
we have. Yeah,
He has a bad schedule.
How is the prostitute scene where you are? You said what? Northern California. How's
He
the?
only has one. He's been with one in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
High end.
it cost. It was fucking high end
Yeah,
money.
basically, yeah.
Six-
Fucking cost me a fucking arm and a leg, dude.
$600 for 5 minutes.
Was that what it
What?
was?
Wait, is that for real?
I mean, yeah, that's the goal.
Christ.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, he had it for 30 minutes, but he was done in 5.
Oh, the twist sucks.
Yeah.
Either way, that's all for me, Danny.
All right, later,
thanks for
Pablo.
Taking my call.
Good chat.
Catch up.
Later. Pablo, everybody.
I love Pablo.
Yeah, Pablo's a
Yeah,
man.
Pablo's all right.
You would.
Yeah, Pablo's a good guy.
Pablo's a man. I like Pablo. Pablo actually,
He likes Alex Jones though.
Yeah. Yeah. Pablo voted for Trump. Big Trump guy.
Latino Trump supporter.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of family.
Go in
members.
my neighborhood. They're all Latino Trump
Bro,
supporters.
so many Latino Trump
Oh,
supporters.
tons, man.
Yeah, lots.
I heard the Bronx is like heavy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, people love
Even
him.
by where I am, it's all Latinos where I live.
Where?
West New York, Weehawken.
America.
Whatever.
Go to West New York. You won't know if you're in America if you're in West New York.
That's a good point too. But all when he was running, all Trump flags and signs all over the cars, all over hanging out there, and the most American flags. You go to fucking rich, yuppie, liberal Montclair, not one American flag.
Yeah.
You go where I live, where it's all American flags hanging out the fucking.
because they love it.
They love it.
Yeah, they love it. They love America.
Right. I would gladly trade Latinos for those multicolored haired dykes. In a heartbeat. And I would definitely, like, if you had an anti-American social media post, trade them for Mexicans, fucking Colombians, anything.
That's so funny.
All right, we got James from Ireland. James, all the way from across the pond. What's up?
How are you? I just wanted to say a fun fact I found. It's a fun fact I found.
Okay.
Remember when I told you Hitler's nephew lived in New York?
Yeah.
He was a Staten Island.
Yeah,
blood
that is
doctor
so
or
crazy.
something.
Like, there's literally people in New York City right now who are direct descendants of Hitler.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I had no
There
idea.
was a documentary on it.
Oh, really? Yeah,
There was
because
a documentary on it.
his cousin, it was his first cousin or his uncle or something, moved here after the war and changed his name. So, and I've always wondered, I'm like, do they tell? Like, does the family all know?
Yeah.
Or did they just go we're gonna keep this a secret and just let it die?
I read a book on this. Apparently, hilariously, he told all of his family on his deathbed.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's so good. What's the book called?
Funniest move.
Yeah, you go, hey, just so you know, my last thing is, your second cousin said Adolf Hitler.
As
Anyways,
he
have a
pulls
nice
his own
life.
plug.
Have a nice life.
Yeah.
Hitler is your uncle. He's my dad's brother, Hitler.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
You know what I also found out? Stalin has some kids in America.
Really?
That would make more sense, though.
Yeah, Russian.
Yeah.
Totally.
Russians for sure.
A lot of Russians there.
And he raped a lot of women,
has
so there's a ton of fucking Stalin
No,
babies
this
running
was
around.
one of his. No, I think that was Beria. Beria was the big rapist one. I'm not. So I wouldn't put it past Stalin. But his daughter.
Because he was such an
basically-
upstanding citizen.
I wouldn't either.
That's why I said he wouldn't put it
I
past
wouldn't
him.
either.
Stalin had a dog. No way he raped anyone.
That's why I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, he's Stalin. I'm not going to put it past him.
Yeah.
But Stalin had a daughter who fled to America, and then she had a daughter. So her granddaughter, Stalin's granddaughter, lives in Portland, I think.
Really?
That's ironic.
Portland, Maine, or Portland, Oregon?
Probably Oregon.
From Portland, Maine to
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon, for that matter. Jeez. Shiny.
She's apparently a Buddhist biker chick who runs an antique shop.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
Just like a communist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
she's got that commie blood. She's going straight to Portland.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I know American politics is pretty divided, but I have an idea for a matchmaking show.
Okay.
And you have the perfect candidate, part Stalin, part Hitler, the left and the right, everyone's happy. Boom.
Part Stalin, part Hitler.
Wait, what?
You're saying the candidate to run for president would be part. What party would they represent?
I thought you said a dating show.
That's what.
But it's like
I don't fucking know.
But you're saying it's like a dating show, but we're picking the leader of the party.
No, I'm just saying you get Stalin's granddaughter and you get Hitler's nephew, and then you have them make a kid, and then just make that kid president.
Wow.
Huh.
I don't know
if
if that's how it works here.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turned out to be there should be a dating show where it is just descendants and kids of just terrible, terrible people. I mean, they already kind of do it with the mafia. So if we did it with good politicians,
Genghis Khan meets Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just breed them all together.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a long show.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long payoff. You got to wait 40 years.
Paul Pot meets fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, shit
there's
that.
crazy. There's still people alive from the Cambodian genocide, the people who did it.
Oh yeah,
dude. I remember when I was there. There was this one guy, and they're like, "Yeah, he's just been awaiting trial for the last 25 years or something." Or
what are they waiting for?
That's what everybody's saying.
Right,
They're "Yo, they're just getting old, and they're gonna die of natural causes."
Yeah, but he's probably in a cell though, right?
No,
Oh.
he wasn't.
Yeah.
No. He wasn't in prison. He was just.
Have you
waiting.
ever seen images of Pol Pot? Images of the guy?
Yeah.
He looks like an Asian Elon Musk.
I know.
Yeah.
Real dork.
He's a dweeb.
Have you ever seen him? He's just Asian Elon Musk.
Yeah. Not a good guy.
Nobody
That
talks
Pol
about
Pot.
him enough.
He's my favorite
Yeah.
dictator.
Yeah.
He's literally my favorite dictator because he did the funniest thing ever.
What did he do?
When he had his years, so his whole premise was year zero,
Mm.
right? Where he goes, we're starting from scratch,
Mhm.
right? Like we're starting this like new agrarian society from scratch. It's year zero. And we can't have any like, we don't want any like intellectuals, like bourgeoisie kind of thing.
Mhm.
So then he killed anybody with glasses.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta read more about this guy. That's fucking amazing.
That's amazing.
He literally goes, if you have glasses,
You're done.
Too smart.
That is great.
Like he just watched like fucking Revenge of the Nerds or something, and he's just like, all the people with glasses are dead.
That is fucking fantastic. All right, I gotta read more about this fucking guy.
And so then there's all these probably blind people
He
walking
was
around. They're like, I
very-
don't wear glasses. I just fucking Mr. Magoo everywhere, just bumping into shit.
That's
Being
fucking
like,
amazing.
you think you need glasses? I go, no, I don't need glasses.
No. I'll just keep crashing into shit. That's all right. There's more rear endings in that country than any of that during that time for whatever
That's probably where
reason.
the stereotypes about bad Asian drivers came from. They go, we can't wear glasses.
We don't want to be nerd. He's going to kill us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up. Pol Pot's a man, though.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, he's crazy.
That's fucking amazing.
Anything else there, James?
Oh.
Go ahead.
I gotta say one thing. Just because I was bored and I'm kind of
shit.
I actually looked up your family history.
Mine?
Danny?
Yeah.
Damn.
Polish swamp people.
Yeah. Yeah, like I found the name Polish Chuck is actually the name of like an ethnic group in like Eastern Europe.
Interesting.
Like Polish Chuck is basically like the name Texas.
Oh,
Like,
really?
you're like Danny Texas.
Yeah, because there are a lot of Polish,
Yeah.
because it's a weird name here, but there are actually a lot of them over there. And I've seen some here. Like, it's not the most uncommon. No, well, it is pretty uncommon. But someone told me they found the etymology of it, and it means like Polish swamp people.
Really?
Yeah.
So what does the Chuck part mean?
I think that's just everybody. That's just everybody in Ukraine has that at the end of their name.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's just
like a surname.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where the Jew element came into it. That's what I've always
Yeah.
wondered. How at what point did they were like Polish,
I
Polish
found
swamp
that-
people were like, this Jew thing looks interesting.
We gotta get out of the swamp somehow.
I actually like on Wikipedia I found the history because it's kind of funny. Apparently, it was kind of on the border of like Belarus, Ukraine,
Yeah.
Russia, Poland.
Yeah.
Just kind of move between all those countries.
Right?
Yeah,
that sounds about right.
It apparently didn't really have a great history because
what do we do?
Just where it's positioned.
What did we do?
Oh, no.
Well,
What
it's
did we
more
do?
what happened to you. Apparently, you had. Well, the region is most famous besides the Holocaust of the worst like killing in human history.
Oh,
it's
more
most
than
famous for
Genghis
Chernobyl.
Khan?
No, Chernobyl.
Oh, Chernobyl happened there.
Besides,
Wait, what?
Yeah, so you got Chernobyl, you got the Nazis, you got the Russians. Yeah, you had a rough history.
Interesting.
What
The
is your
area.
last name?
He's just saying the
Oh,
area.
the area.
The area of that part of the world.
Chernobyl's still fucked up, right? Like,
I think
can
it's fine now.
No, they still have like certain radiation levels.
Oh, do
where
they?
It's still inhabitable. You
Oh, really?
You can't live there.
That was
They
a
still
great
have
TV
mutated
show a couple
fucking-
years. That Chernobyl show was good.
That was on HBO.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
they fucking nailed it.
Yeah, they killed it. That was a solid show. Interesting, James. Yeah, I'll go look that up because.
And I just Can I just say the final thing?
Yeah.
Apparently I looked into the the first peoples to come to that area who gave it the name were I think they were ancient Slavic or Baltic people they were just kind of very tribal warrior types.
Yeah, that's
apparently as a fun fact, they're apparently known according to the legends as ancient mythology bullshit, but they could turn into wolves. So you got that going.
I thought you were going to say they invented usury. All right. Well, that's
No, that would be too funny.
The Jews.
the Jews. Interesting.
No, I'm just saying, man.
Wolf
It's
people.
not that you're Jewish.
But you're all saying that I'm
it's
white.
also in your
I am
DNA
white. I'm
that
white.
you're a
now.
furry.
Yeah, I'm a furry,
Yeah.
but it sounds like
You know what
you're saying
Lopez means?
I'm white. What?
Lopez means House of Wolf.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we're-
that
we're
makes
just
sense.
two Canadian.
House of Wolf.
Let's go.
Yeah, that kind of makes
go.
sense actually. Lobos.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no. Saved a bunch of like
Wolf
Aztecs, Mayans,
Yeah,
Incans,
yeah.
and then he just gave them the name Lopez.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what I
wow.
mean? Yeah.
And then
That's
there's
fucking amazing.
500 million of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So many Lopez's, bro. There's Lopez's everywhere, dude.
Yeah. All right, James. Good talking to you, buddy.
See ya.
James from Ireland with some fucking historical information.
Wow. Dude, he had enough time on his hands to look up your last name,
That's
fucking
crazy.
origin. That is
Yeah.
some sick
So, I mean, I
shit.
haven't heard any of that
crazy.
shit from my own family.
Yeah, exactly. Danny, I
Mark.
sent you some flowers.
Mark, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to comment on how colorful this episode is. We got Boston accent, a Jersey accent, vaguely Hispanic accent.
He's
and then
Canadian.
good
Well,
old
I guess you're on
Canadian
board.
accent. And
I
of
don't have a
course, the
Canadian
Irish
accent.
Yeah, you
caller-
do.
No, I don't.
You have a big Canadian accent.
No,
I'm
Ryan
sorry.
is a big Canadian.
I'm sorry.
Well,
See, I don't even say that. I don't say I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't hear that.
I say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know you.
I
were
wouldn't know he
Canadian.
was Canadian until
Do
he
you
told
guys
me.
know
Yeah.
I'm Canadian?
Yeah,
Did
because
you
you
hear from me?
say I'm sorry.
No way. Was not thinking Canadian.
I wasn't
when we
thinking
met
Canadian
earlier.
either. No way. Yeah. Way off. In fact,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
fact, it's the other southern part of the
Yeah.
country. I was thinking about the other border. Yeah.
Dude, that's
Different
true,
border.
actually.
Yeah.
What are you,
I'm just
Mexican?
wondering,
Oh yeah, you come here. Literally, the
with
last
all the-
person people think of you as Canadian. Go ahead,
with
Mark.
all the accents, is there a comparable or comparable female accent? Because I've heard chicks from Boston.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not exactly attractive.
Chicks from Boston have the Boston
Jersey
accent.
chicks, sometimes that accent could be attractive. I think
Sometimes.
Hispanic is probably like the top.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah, dude. Compared to
There's-
everybody in
there's
this room,
some European
Hispanic women with the
accents that are
accent
hot,
is
but-
the hottest thing.
Yeah.
I don't want any
Dude,
fucking woman that sounds like my aunt.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used
Wait,
to.
but bro,
fucking nuts.
do you have? I went on a date with an Italian girl from Staten Island.
Oof.
Fucking fire accent, though.
Yeah. But he probably
Oh.
thinks that because he's not white.
Yeah,
you know what I
true.
mean? Like
Dude,
that's why you
that
think
right
that.
there, if there's any extremes, like I hate extremes of any race, religion, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I cannot stand Staten Island Italians. They are so fucking annoying with their accent. It's almost like a character of themselves. I'm like, shut the fuck.
They literally
up.
like fucking watch like Sopranos just to like get it back up.
It's so annoying to listen to. Like that is the exact extreme that like I hate the Bronx accent. That's fucking annoying because that's
Yeah.
like the extreme of whatever that is. And then Staten Island is the extreme for Italians, and I hate it. I
Yeah.
can't stand it.
Yeah,
When
she
they
was
talk,
I
I'm
don't like
dude,
a super
shut up.
Canadian accent on a girl.
Yeah,
I used to date this one girl, and she, me and Ryan always joked about because it was like literally the funniest thing. She was from like up north in Ontario.
Saskatoon.
No, she was in northern Ontario, but one time we were having sex, and she goes, "Oh, frig."
No, I swear to God. But bro, Saskatoon and Alberta, where I'm from, they sound like crazy. They're so slow.
Oh man, Alberta!
Oh,
I was just in
fuck,
Edmonton
fuck,
this weekend.
yeah.
Speaking
I was just
of-
in Edmonton, man, some of the accents were fucking.
Alberta's
incredible.
looking to.
He doesn't.
to
This guy
kind
doesn't
of,
even know about any of this shit.
No,
This is like I was telling him about this before the show.
yeah, Alberta's kind of
Alberta is going to have
secede from the union. There,
They are going to have a referendum to leave Canada in the next 12
Well,
months.
that lady already came.
Danielle Smith,
Yeah,
the
Danielle
premier.
Smith already came out and made that speech.
Yeah,
like
dude,
we're
she
gonna
literally
have our-
passed a new law
Yeah.
last week, which basically said that they only need 10% of all the people who voted in the last election to sign a petition in order to get a referendum, which it used to be way higher.
Which they should, because then again, they're not,
I'm not
allowed
saying
to
that the
access
vote
their
will-
own port.
I'm
That's
not.
fucking
They don't have a
nuts,
port.
man.
They're landlocked, but they
They're also rich in oil.
Yeah, the third largest oil deposit in
And
the
the
world.
beef industry too.
Yeah, but the resources are the big one. But they're like, I don't know if the people are going to vote and to do it. And they keep saying they have an issue with the First Nations because they have all these treaties there. But those people can be, first off, those people have basically the last 10 years have been like, we hate Canada.
Yeah.
Canada has been nothing but bad to us. And they can be paid off.
Yeah.
Like they're like, there's a sum of money where you go, yo, here's a fucking check. Like
Yeah.
you hate Canada.
Here's
But
a Bally's
But they're
casino.
not going to become America, bro.
I'm not saying they'll
No,
become
they won't.
America. I'm saying they're going to become their own,
Like a
Here's the
sovereign
thing.
nation.
If they do become a sovereign nation, then they will become America.
No, they
will
won't,
be
bro.
the
They
51st
don't want to
state.
be American.
I understand you think that,
It's
but like
a
I
fact,
talk to
dude.
Albertans all the time
Yeah.
on my
Bro, I'm
shows.
from Alberta.
I get it, but you're Mexican, and
Bro, stop.
no.
Plus,
But
once you
dude,
get those checks coming in from all the oil money,
That's
every
true.
Albertan's going to make a ton of money from that.
yeah,
And also, if you don't believe that, also that the fact that Trump wants to drill and then Alberta.
we're going to become a sovereign nation. You're like at that point, you're like, okay, you're a sovereign nation. It's like you obviously have the politics that states.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like, dude, I talked to so many people this weekend who are just like,
Yeah,
we're
but
One
out.
thing I found out
We're
throughout
out.
that whole thing with Alberta is the division of money that goes to the people from the capital. Like I
They
forgot
get
what it was.
nothing.
They get
it's
zero.
equalization payments or whatever. And
Right,
Quebec,
right, that's
Quebec gets $14 billion a year.
14 billion.
Alberta gets zero. And,
Yeah.
and Alberta, the premier, she literally laid out this list and she goes, we want payments, all this stuff when
Yeah.
we're literally paying currently, and now we want to receive money.
Was it like 16,000? They got something like
It's
that.
something
It
crazy.
was
Like they
something
send
so
so
low
much money.
compared to.
They send, and she's like, we're happy to send money to like these have-not provinces,
Yeah.
like out east where they're like they need money from the rest of the country to basically
Right.
operate. But she's like, I don't know why we're sending money to Ontario.
Yeah.
It's like Ontario has a bigger fucking economy than New Jersey.
Dude, that was so fascinating learning about all that shit because I started to look into Canada, obviously during their election.
Yeah.
And then once I saw that, and that was only a few days ago with
Yeah.
Danielle Smith. And
yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
it
like,
was a few days ago.
holy
No,
shit.
she's itching to fucking.
Yeah, she's itching to leave. Yeah.
She's itching to leave, and a lot of people in Alberta, like basically Calgary. Here's the thing: you're from Calgary.
Stop saying a lot of people in Alberta,
telling you,
bro.
so-
that's not a thing.
Marita.
Yeah, but if they
Dude,
only need 10%,
but bro, you're
man.
talking to people who come to your show, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
the
I-
same
dude,
lunatics
go-
that are calling this phone.
I'm telling you, yes, I do. But I go on Twitter and I see like all
Bro,
sorts of
And they
people.
only need 10%.
But I'm telling
That's
you,
it.
like
they need
Edmonton,
10% to have the vote.
bro, Edmonton, Calgary, and
That's the-
Lethbridge
Yeah,
are the
those-
three biggest cities.
Yeah.
bro, they're more liberal.
Yeah,
than
they're
conservative.
that's the thing. They are the three large cities are liberal,
especially Calgary.
but honestly, a lot of people who are, especially Calgary and
All
Edmonton.
right.
I'm telling you though,
Who
if the economy
cares
starts
about Canada.
later, Mark. I love you, Mark.
But dude, that's so cool that you know about that stuff.
I do, yeah.
Like with the Canadian election, like people have been like being like, "Yo, congrats on Carney," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you guys even know about
who
that?"
said that?
Just like in my school and stuff in class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because
fucking
actors are
ridiculous.
fucking
Congrats
gay,
on
dude.
Cardi.
That's all. That's they
That's
fucking
true, too,
actors.
yeah.
Don't even. Yeah, they're the
That's a very
worst.
good
Congrats
point.
on Carney. That might be the reason why fucking Alberta leaves Canada.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing that I didn't like is that and I've
opposite
never.
of
Is
Congrats.
Connie a guy or a girl?
No, it's a dude.
White
and he was
guy?
the one that
Yeah.
replaced Trudeau, like at the last minute, kind of like how we had the last minute switch. It's just
With
that the only
Kamala.
thing is,
He won.
Polier. That's how you
Yeah,
say his name.
Polier.
Polier did not run a good campaign at all, and you could kind of blame Trump, but Carney should be giving him a fucking basket of fucking fruit.
I mean,
for
Trump
getting
gifted
in,
it to
in
him.
there. Yeah, that
Trump
was
didn't.
just
Trump didn't like that. He was the conservative who didn't kiss the ring.
yeah.
So he didn't like him. All right, let's go to Rubestar here.
There he is.
Catch up.
Love
with
this guy.
Rubestar, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Danny.
How are things, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
Yeah, are you killing the Bathhouse?
No. No, I've.
Oh, I thought I heard you say that.
I was
one time
considering
on Low
it.
Value
I was
Man.
considering it, and then all these people were like, "Please don't do it." So then I'm not going to do it.
Yes,
But also, if you watch the show, tell a friend because we're not doing great on YouTube.
Well, I agree. I mean, I've been watching the numbers. I mean, because I'm a bit of an egotistical maniac, I guess. I consider myself a ratings boost, right?
Rube's the ratings boost. Yeah, you are a ratings boost, Rube. Couldn't do this.
Well,
without you.
hold on. This is in my sick little head. I think I'm a ratings boost.
I mean,
But your numbers don't change. It's 2000.
It's crazy.
2000.
It's literally just this show on YouTube just is 2,000 an episode since I started.
Something ain't right
it doesn't
with,
actually
Danny,
make
something
sense.
ain't right with that.
I agree. It doesn't make
because
any
of
sense.
what we talk about.
The audio listens have gone up and the live viewers have gone up, but the YouTube just views are just like stuck.
It
literally
may
makes-
have something to do with some of the callers calling in ranting about Jews for 20 minutes.
sure.
Or
But
calling
it's
Indian
funny.
people,
Yeah.
whatever the
It is
fuck they're
hilarious.
saying. Yeah.
We gotta start putting the show on Rumble too.
It is on Rumble.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but Rumble's fake.
Yeah.
Rumble's like literally.
The hell's Rumble?
It's like a.
You see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
like, it's like a
It's another
YouTube.
YouTube.
It's like another YouTube, but they're like
Uncensored YouTube.
uncensored YouTube, but like they do all sorts of shady shit on Rumble. Like,
Do
it's-
they?
Dude, I'll have episodes because
Dude,
sometimes
you
sometimes
could
they'll
say
put me on
whatever
the.
you want about the Jews on Rumble.
Oh, definitely, dude. Sometimes they'll put me on like the front page on Rumble.
Yeah.
which I appreciate. And then it'll be like 2,000 people watching live. It'll
Yeah.
say it has 200,000 views on an episode, 10 comments. I'm just like,
Yeah, you're not buying it.
I
I'm
see
like,
what you mean.
that's not how it works.
Well, hold up. If you ever left a comment on Rumble, you got to do a bunch of bullshit. You got to verify your email. I would leave comments, but I don't want to do all the bullshit.
Well, maybe that's true, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Well, you kind of have to do the same thing for YouTube. What do you think you're doing when you're checking that box?
No,
Yeah,
YouTube.
Gmail.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're just linking it to your email, probably.
Right.
But
YouTube terms and conditions. Check.
yeah,
Well, it's basically YouTube's the leader, and everybody's trying to catch up to YouTube. I mean, Rumble keeps getting better little by little here and there.
yeah. And
But you
honestly,
get, like,
everybody always
3,000
complains Rumble is like constantly having issues. The app doesn't work. It's like
Yeah.
I know it's a hard thing. Like they're trying to basically start a YouTube competitor from fucking scratch. Like I'm not
Yeah.
saying like it's an easy.
Well, who was and when it was all in its infancy, it was YouTube, and there was somebody else that was kind of you were uploading videos to the site too. What the fuck was it?
Justin.tv or whatever.
No, god damn
that,
it.
that became Twitch.
E-Bombs World.
Not MySpace.
World Star.
Well, World
Star's
was one
a
of them, too.
great all-time.
I know
great
Venmo
website.
was another one. Remember Venmo?
Oh, Vimeo.
Vimeo.
That's
yeah.
still kind of
Vimeo's
around.
around.
Yeah.
It's more like for
That's like for actors.
Oh,
and shit
Daily
like
Motion.
Yeah.
yeah, Daily Motion.
Daily Motion was another one.
Yeah, there's lots, but YouTube ran away with it. And-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they fucking.
YouTube's the best.
They got the Saddam Hussein hanging video, and then that was it.
That was it.
That
Most of the races.
They really were.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to verify your age to watch Saddam Hussein
No.
get hanged. You know what I mean?
And what
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Saddam Hussein do besides turn his back on the CIA?
Yeah.
That's all he did.
That's it.
But you got to put parental bullshit in now on YouTube for like fucking boxing matches. It's bullshit, dude.
Oh wait
Really?
a minute! No, it's just fucking.
Did you see when he gets sentenced though? When he's getting sentenced?
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck, pretty badass.
Who, Saddam?
Yeah.
yeah. He was, but again, he even said while he was being sentenced, like the CIA, I was working with them,
Yeah.
and I did this to control this area, and they were trying to convince me to invade Iran, and I didn't. And
Dylan Farnham says, with all the Indians now, it's sorry. And he also says, my channel gets views removed. They probably are shadow banning you. I literally have views and likes removed. Then again, I have 1488 in my name.
what's that mean?
That's a Hitler thing.
Do you?
No, he's saying he has.
Oh, he does. Yeah. What the fuck?
Danny 1488.
That's my promo. That's my promo code.
What the hell's 14? What's that mean?
14 is the whatchamacallit, the 14 words, like the protect the white race or whatever thing, and then 88 is
Heil
the
Hitler.
eighth letter of the alphabet's H, so HH.
Hitler. This was Hitler's thing.
No. This is just like some
White supremacists made that up.
I think Dylan
88.
does it
Oh.
more
Yeah.
of like an edgelordy thing joke, but or maybe not. I don't know. So Rube, how you been?
Oh, good. Let me hit this bowl real quick. Hold on. one
Okay,
second.
we'll just wait for you.
Yeah. Why don't you go make a 3-course meal?
Rube,
We'll stay
not-
right here. You
Rube,
called us.
Literally, Chris can smoke fentanyl and still call in at the same time. You need to take a break to smoke a bowl?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Danny. This is at the core of maybe your issue. Is your panel too large?
Is my panel too large? It's
Because
three other
I'm
people.
listening to you. Well, what I'm saying is we talk over each other.
Yeah, we do that. But that's kind
So,
of.
I mean,
that's
I'm
the
listening
show.
to you. All right. Well, the thing is, okay, so you get 2,000 views on YouTube,
Yeah,
3,000 on Rumble.
yeah.
which is crazy. It's like you're huge on Rumble if those numbers are real.
Yeah, but they're not, because here's another thing with Rumble. So Rumble, when you log into your like back end on Rumble, they do this thing where they go, there's unique views and they call it raw views. So what you see on Rumble is raw views. But like when I upload a stream, like just like when I upload like the stream link or whatever, by the time the stream starts, it'll say it has 500 views. I'm like, what? Nobody's seen it yet. It hasn't even happened. How does it already have 500 views? And so usually the unique views are like a third of the raw views.
Wait, are you saying raw views?
Well, now
raw.
R-A-W.
R-A-W.
Oh, okay.
That's what they call it. They just say raw, which is, I guess, like impressions or something.
Yeah.
But so, like when you see a video on Rumble and it says 3,000 views, it's not 3,000 views. It's like 1,000 views.
Son of a bitch.
Or maybe even less. Whereas YouTube doesn't do shit like this.
I mean, that's kind of brilliant in the sense, like, I bought a car and I thought I was talking to this hot chick through the Facebook marketplace. I go in there and it's all these old guys with no teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Bait and switch.
You start up this new Rumble channel and you go, oh yeah, you get 500 views right off the bat, buddy. You're the best. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They're like fluffing the pillow for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We all
again,
need
the
our
problem
yellow
is
fluff.
you do it for long enough and you just
And
go, okay,
also-
well, this isn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Also, Danny, you launched a fucking Bitcoin on your show.
It wasn't
and your numbers didn't go up.
It wasn't a Bitcoin.
Or a crypto coin,
crypto
whatever. You know
coin,
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, shout out Slav.
That should have bumped your fucking numbers.
No,
Sure, that should have bumped your numbers.
Bitcoin.
A Bitcoin. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. I don't know. The show just doesn't do well on YouTube. I don't know if I don't have good. I think the titles are pretty good and the thumbnails are right. And I've tested a million different thumbnails. I've tested so many different thumbnails.
It's definitely being shadow banned.
And they all do kind of like.
But what do you want? What do you want? A million? What do you think you should be at? Like a million?
No, I just think the show should just be growing in some capacity.
And you said it's flat the whole time.
I've been doing it for over 2 years. It's just been the same for 2 years. It's
So
like
your other
the first.
podcast has a lot of views on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other podcast, Low Value Mail does better. Obviously, the Boys Cast does better. But, yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. I can't figure it out.
I don't know.
Well, then you got to accept it, and you got to just say, I get 2,000 on this, and I want to keep my 2,000. Like, I watched Jaronism, even though he's a shill. He gets, when he live
Shill for
streams,
what?
it's 300 to... What's that?
Show for what?
Oh, he's one of those fake flat earthers.
Oh, okay.
He's Alex Stein's buddy.
Okay.
He went down to
I heard his
Antarctica
name.
and said he saw the midnight sun, but none of them, you can't see their breath in any of them. You're telling me you're in Antarctica, plus they take their shirts off, and you can't see their breath? I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding.
something.
100%.
That's a lot of malarkey right
They
there.
took their shirts off all in one.
But
one
anyway,
room together.
My point is, though, he gets every time he goes live. It's 300. He's got 300 loyal.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got 2,000 loyal every time. So that's what it is.
I understand that, but I'm just like, am I going to do this for 5 more years for just 2,000 views an episode? I mean,
Makes sense.
It's just like, for what?
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it, but it's like, it's
And
what's this working towards? I guess is the question.
And there's so many
because I
more
could be doing other
conspiracy
things.
theories out there.
Yeah, but what are the people that call you? What are they going to be doing? That's what you kind of
go watch my other. I do another call-in show on Monday night.
Call InfoWars.
Yeah.
No, this is special. This is.
I know. I like the show. I love the Bathhouse, man. I've had some of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard in my life from all this show. By far.
This is always a fun show to do.
That's why I'm telling everybody, just go literally. The only way the show is going to actually grow is through actual which is most podcasts right now, to be honest, is just through word of mouth. Because podcasts are so oversaturated on YouTube where you're like, there's just a million, even if you get...
You get whatever you want.
Yeah, but it's just like, even if you get impressions. And the problem is that for a podcast to really do well right now, you need to be doing something that someone's searching. Like someone's going to be like... That's why like a lot of like self-help stuff does well podcasts, because people search. You're like, I need help with this thing.
There you go. That's what you call the show. Self-help in the bathhouse.
Yeah. But like but then there's no actual self-help. It's more like
they'll figure that out like later.
Yeah, and then they go, what the fuck? This is not what I want. I'm trying to improve my life, not make it worse.
Anybody who listens to the show, it's like, so the Jews are behind a lot of stuff.
Dude, I was at a fucking. I tweeted about this yesterday. I was at the airport, like hotel bar.
Yeah.
Watching the Leafs game after my flight got canceled, and there was this dude. He was like from DC. He was stuck, and he was just like this old, just like total like normal kind of boomer guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy beside him, they were just like kind of chatting about the Leafs, and all of a sudden I hear him start talking about Israel and stuff. The other guy, and the other guy was like, he was like fucking so far down the rabbit hole and trying to explain all this stuff to this like normal dude who probably watches like MSNBC.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. He was like, he's like, you talking about Israel? He's like, like Benjamin Netanyahu. He's like, he's not even from Israel. He's from Poland. Like he was like all this shit.
He is?
No. But it was like all this.
That's not even his name.
It is his name. Everybody says that. I went and looked it up. I was like, is there any proof? It's literally his name. He's not from Poland. He was born in Tel Aviv.
Wait, why did you say that's not his name?
He's just like he's basically like all the people in Israel. Like they're all just from Poland and Brooklyn. But like
I just watched.
No, most of them are.
But isn't that what they want you to do? Like if you go on Birthright, isn't the point of Birthright so you can go to Israel and live there?
No. You just go to visit there, and it's paid for by Sheldon Adelson, who used to own.
He's from Boston.
He's the Vegas. He owns all the casinos, and his wife fucking traded Luka Doncic, stupid bitch. And
Myra Lansky started.
Yeah, but he's like, fucking starts talking about JFK. He's like, Jack Ruby. That's not his real last name. He's like, Ruby. It's not his real last name.
Which is not. It's
Rubenstein. Yeah. But it was just so funny listening to him just punish this guy who is just like no idea what's going on.
Wants to watch hockey.
Like
he's this flight.
The guy like literally has flights. He's just having a fucking gin and tonic at the bar.
Even the thing, like that guy, like, what did he think he was gonna blow off the lid of Jack Ruby's last name? It's like we know he's Jewish and his name was Rubenstein.
Yeah, but this guy was trying to like, he was really trying to just like open this guy's eyes up, But it was just, I was just eavesdropping.
The guy's just like, I would have, dude. How did you not hit record on your phone?
Honestly, it was like they were too. It was like because it was like noisy a bit, but it was like it wouldn't have recorded. But I honestly, there was a moment where I was like, I was so tired, but I was like, I really should interject myself into this thing.
You should have. Dude, that would have been fucking great.
Yeah. You
it's so noisy in this bar, but for some reason, every time he says Jews, it breaks the silence over everything.
Literally was
like
he
just hits it, so he's like Jews.
Yeah, like to this boomer dude. You ever heard of the USS Liberty?
You know Operation Paperclip?
Yeah, all that stuff. But anyways, Rube. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm gonna start making more clips, although they didn't do shit before. I was making clips for a while for the show, but they never did well on Instagram or anything. But I'll see if I'm trying to find someone who can help me make clips who maybe has a better idea of how to do it.
And Rubes, let me tell you,
because again, these are like, it's like a 15-minute. People call in, it's like 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't know how to fucking pare this down for like a 60-second clip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just wait till somebody hits the punchline. That's what I heard you do.
Yeah, the punchline's big. People like those. People like those punchlines.
So let me tell you this before I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to call into low value mail, and I hear the voicemail goes, if you're trying to call into low value mail or the Bathhouse, press 1. And so the first time I'm like, the Bathhouse, what's that? And it just felt dirty. It felt like I called some kind of gay sex hotline.
Yeah, exactly. That is literally. Haven't you seen the intro for the show?
No, we're sweating right now.
It's literally the gayest shit ever.
Plus, Dan, you're all manly, you're hairy, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm a wolf man.
I was kind of like a little skittish.
Yeah, I'm a wolf man.
The first couple, you're a Lopez.
I'm a Lopez.
That's a good one.
So good.
Got it.
You're a Lopez.
You're a Lopez.
That's a good one.
Danny Lopez.
Casa the Wolf.
Danny Lopez.
Welcome to the Bathhouse.
That's almost better than Danny Magic.
That is Danny Magic's pretty
Danny
good.
Lopez.
Danny Magic is good.
Gotta start doing Danny Lopez.
Danny Lopez.
Welcome to the Bathhouse.
Welcome to the Bathhouse.
We get hot in here. Mucho caliente.
But yeah, so what, you want me to change the name?
My point is, I didn't watch the Bathhouse for a month or two, even though I saw it popped up because it just felt dirty. I didn't know what the fuck
dirty.
it was, and there's like
saying that.
Well, I'm just telling you, maybe this is kind of a private little corner. You know what I'm saying? We're in the bathhouse. It's kind of like,
Bro, you should
you
do
know
it
what
in
I'm
a
saying?
fucking
What
bathhouse.
happened?
No, I'm not doing it in a. What? I'm gonna
Why?
fucking.
You can't have the equipment in a bathhouse.
First
It
off,
get
you
all
could,
hot.
the steam would ruin everything.
No, there's
You have
ways.
to.
No, the steam would ruin everything, and
You
then
have
also,
to.
You don't have to do
Dude,
it while the
you're
sauna's
Russian.
on.
dude, you know how
You
fucking
have to.
difficult that would
Danny,
be.
you have to.
I agree.
Danny, I agree.
Jerry
get
Jerry
a smoke
Seinfeld's
machine.
got cars, like comedians in cars. You got to.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld doesn't have 2,000 people watching every
Yeah,
week.
exactly.
You want me to fuck, dude? There's literally only 2 bathhouses in New York
Yeah.
City.
He's one on 23rd.
There's basically the bathhouse.
Yeah.
And like I've been in there, and there's nowhere that they would allow me to film.
You would think that there would be more gay guys tuning into this show thinking it
Yeah,
was
they
something
probably
else.
do fucking
Yeah.
tune in and they
Do
go,
a green
"Oh,
screen."
jeez."
Do the black house.
Just
The black house?
Danny, do a fucking.
Or there's the Russian Turkish
Just do a
baths here, but
green
they would never
screen.
allow
Yeah, that's
that.
what I was thinking.
Green screen. I'm in the green room.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Russian bats are the best.
Yeah. Good luck letting those Russian
Hold up.
mobsters. You want to
No,
do a podcast recording equipment?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they'll cut your fucking head off.
So you're at the stand.
Yeah, I'm at the
And
stand.
If you do the stand, how many minutes do you do on stage? 10, 15, 5?
Usually 10 to 15 minute sets. Yeah.
Do they pay you for that? Do these guys sitting around the table right now, do you get paid every time you go on the stand?
No, they don't even let me in here.
No. Yeah, it's. I mean, if you do spots at the stand, you get paid for them. Yeah, but it's not.
So if I drive up to New York and I do the stand for a week,
You won't.
what can I make a night?
you would. I mean,
You gotta-
like nobody does it every night. It's
Yeah.
like you do it like once a week, kind of thing. Unless you're like,
It's pretty booked. It's hard to get in.
yeah. If you're asking me, can you get booked as someone who doesn't do comedy at the stand? The answer is no.
Yeah,
Because there's people who do comedy and are very good at it who don't work there.
that's true.
So what are they getting? $50 for 10 minutes?
50,
$100?
50,
25 bucks?
Yeah, 50 to 75.
Oh, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like one of the
75.
A
I'd be
clubs.
fucking knocking the doors down every single day if I could.
Yeah, this is a top club. I think you get 100 for hosting.
Yep. Sounds about right.
How many other clubs in New York compete with that?
2. Probably the Cellar in New York.
New York
Comedy
Comedy Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think this place pays the highest though. doesn't
Okay,
it?
so
I think so.
Yeah.
Or maybe
you
the Cellar.
kind of. All right, so you got to get in and stay in.
Uh-huh.
And this is what you're doing.
No,
All
I
right.
mean, the
I was
idea
just
here is
curious.
like, I like the idea of doing it in the green room. You know, it's like sometimes
Yeah.
we get cool
It's
drop-ins.
lively.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you get some people dropping in randomly. It's like, that was kind of always the premise of the show was like,
Yeah.
just, you know, you get to hang out with the comedians in the green room.
Yeah.
Do it in the
Makes sense.
bathhouse.
Hey, let me tell you this before.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this before I forget. When they captured Saddam Hussein, because you were talking about this earlier,
Stuck a knife up his pooper.
No, that was Gaddafi.
Oh, that's Gaddafi, right?
so this guy I worked with, his cousin was stationed over there and was guarding Saddam. And he told him, who told me, that they had him like 2 weeks before they released it to the public.
Oh, really? In that bunker.
And his favorite thing to eat, was Fruit Loops.
Oh.
Interesting. Didn't.
Neither of those surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a total shock.
Yeah, Fruit Loops are. Actually, Fruit Loops suck.
Yeah. I don't like Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, but if
one
you're
of the,
used to
like, fucking
eating
Fruit
that, that must be an exotic cereal
Oh,
in
for sure.
Iraq.
That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Iraq, that's like filet mignon.
Crazy.
Yeah.
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 Well, maybe not. It's just different flavors and shit.
Yeah.
All right, Rube, I gotta let you go, man. Good talking to you, though.
That's why he was fat.
All right,
and
Danny.
nobody else.
Later,
is.
buddy. Rubestar, everybody. All right, let's take a couple more calls.
And I
We'll
thought
wrap
that
this
we
up.
were,
Hello.
we were fucking doing a good job not talking over each other.
Yeah,
you were
it's
killing it.
Sometimes we get a little out of hand. It happens. It's,
Rubes is-
if you hang out with
And that
comics,
guy
that's what
sounded
happens
like your fucking
anyways.
dad, bro.
Hello.
Kept giving you
Hello.
advice.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, this is Retarded Cat.
Hey, retarded cat.
Meow.
I want to talk about aliens.
Okay,
Cool.
let's go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
Which ones?
Specifically?
Well, do you guys believe in aliens?
Yeah.
I
think-
mean, just based on the fact that there are billions of planets in this solar system, and there are billions of solar systems. There must be something else. There's just
gotta be.
Based on those numbers, to say there's billions of planets in the solar system, billions of solar systems. Oh, sorry, galaxies. Sorry, not solar system.
Yeah.
Billions of galaxies.
But have you ever
billions
looked
of planets
into
in the
it?
Milky Way.
Like
Billions of
actual,
galaxies. Correct.
like
Thank you.
dark government projects that have, like, since Eisenhower.
What's that? Say that again.
We have recovered craft since the Roswell incident, which was actually in Corona.
Yeah.
But we've recovered the craft and we've reverse engineered these things decades ago. I mean, this shit is fucking crazy, and I don't know why people aren't more concerned with it.
Because I mean, it is crazy, but it's really not that crazy. Like he just said about the solar systems, or however big everything is. It's really not.
It's galaxies.
Galaxies.
Whatever the fuck.
They fucking visit Earth, and the U.S. has like 140 underground bases plus all over the Earth, in other countries. In some of these, they literally have aliens underground.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely have a craft that they've recovered.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I
And
believe
they
that.
reverse engineered them too. And I don't know.
No, I don't think.
Dan,
we
you should have
did that.
Dr.
No.
Stephen Greer on.
Stephen Greer? I'll check him out. I mean, I definitely believe
Dr.
I wouldn't be
Stephen Greer.
if it came out that the U.S. has
That
some-
guy's full of shit. Stephen
Yeah,
Greer?
well,
Are
he
you
got
talking
caught
about?
in a
are you
fucking
talking?
thing where he was sending flares
Yeah,
down.
he doesn't know. That guy doesn't know
from a plane,
anything,
but-
dude. Stephen Greer doesn't know anything, bro. Trust me, he doesn't
No,
know
he
anything.
He has like 100 military personnel accounts on his.
Yeah, and I
If
have
you go all the way
300
to-
military personal accounts. You know what I mean? He doesn't
No,
know
you don't,
anything,
though.
dude. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay,
do.
Look up the YouTube channel Eyes on Cinema as well.
What'd you say?
Eyes on Cinema.
Eyes on Cinema? Yeah, it's all a
YouTube
myth.
channel.
Trust me, it's all a myth.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so- all right.
It is. I don't know what you want me to
All
tell
right,
you.
I
It
think
is.
you're probably.
It is. I
Hey,
don't
let
know
me
what
ask
you
you
want me
this.
to tell you. It's all bullshit.
Why?
Because it is. What do you mean? Have you seen these underground 140
Have you
underground
took
tunnels?
the time to look at anything? Have you took the time to fucking listen to any accounts of like high-ranking military?
I have. I was in. I literally just spent the last weekend at it. I just spent. Go ahead. Go.
Are they all lying?
99% of them are. But I would lean. I would lean. It's much closer to all of them lying than is one of them telling the truth.
Yeah. Why would they lie like that?
Because they want attention and they just want to talk and make it sound like they know about aliens. That's
No.
why. Yeah. They're not real, dude. I'm telling you.
So you don't think aliens exist? You don't think UFOs visit Earth?
No.
You don't think we have anti-grav?
No, and I've always said anti-grav is all bullshit.
No. Yeah, we have free energy. We have 0-point energy.
No.
Tesla figured out.
No, you can't, dude. I have a Tesla. I can't drive it from Boston to New York without it dying.
Oh,
if we
so
had,
that's fucking funny, man.
no, I do.
That's
I really
fucking
do.
so
I have
funny, man.
I have a Tesla Model C. You can't even drive the thing from
Yeah.
New York to Boston without the thing dying.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm talking about Nikola Tesla. That has nothing to do with what I'm
I
talking
know about Nikola Tesla. He used to live on 40th Street in New York City, right outside of Bryant Park.
Yeah. You're a real funny guy.
But that's the thing. That's all you have to do to fucking pull these guys' legs, and they get so angry. It's fucking
no, he's mad.
hilarious.
He's mad.
He can't see the video.
He's mad because he knows I'm right and he's wrong.
I'm mad because you don't know about the goddamn aliens. That's the bottom line, brother.
Yeah.
All right, we're winding
You're
you
the
up.
best, dude.
All right, later, buddy.
Peace out.
All right, let's take one last call.
Dude,
He's
that
cool.
is fucking great.
that was
I
good.
need to do
That was
something.
good. That was good stuff.
I
That was
just
good
loved.
stuff.
I loved
All
watching
right.
it. Ryan was going like, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
no. Jared,
Last call tonight. Can we do the spin the wheel, Johnny?
Right now?
We'll do it after Jared. Just get it primed up. Jared,
Hey,
what's up, my man?
I'm doing good. Another beautiful day, huh?
Yeah, every day. Every day is a beautiful day. So what's
Every
up?
day above ground's a
what,
good day.
What are we talking about tonight, Jared?
Jeremy.
I heard the conversation that was overheard when you were in the airport, and
Yes,
he was there.
Dude, if you were there, man, holy shit.
He was the guy
If
preaching
you could
about the
tag
Jews.
Team,
Yeah.
if you could tag team that fucking old boomer with that just fucking dude wearing an Austin Matthews jersey, it would have been... It would have been
it
something.
would have been fun. I would have enjoyed being a fly on the wall. And
I was
probably
loving
would have
it,
had to chime
man.
in.
As long as you're wearing a Jewish fly on the wall.
To briefly comment on the previous caller and aliens, the gentleman who wrote the book "Behold a Pale Horse" and was one of the people that claimed to have been a military insider, and he had came across information when he was putting together reports for his superior officers. And he, as a result of this information that he came across, decided to write a book. But in his later years, prior to the shootout that he had with the police in Arizona on his front lawn when they killed him, he came to the conclusion that they were intentionally leaking that information to him.
Yeah, it was all
And he felt
bullshit.
that none of it was real, and it was all just designed to push the UFO narrative, and that gets into just money laundering and a whole lot of
What year was
that
this
fun
in?
stuff. So the shootout, I'm not exactly sure when the shootout was, but the book, if I'm not mistaken, was originally published in 1991.
Beyond the Pale what?
Beyond the Pale Horse?
Behold a Pale Horse.
Beyond the Pale Horse.
Behold the Pale Horse.
Beyond the Pale
Yeah.
Horse.
So, and just to comment on Netanyahu,
Here we go.
his I got to sprinkle a little J talk in there.
Yeah.
It's
Just a sprinkle.
He
Just a schmear.
is.
It's funny how Jews and aliens always go hand in hand in the conversations.
So are you saying that he is Polish? Oh, you know what,
Yeah,
Jared?
he's
Actually, I was thinking about you the other day because I saw someone did like this whole debunking of the whole olive pollen thing. And basically that literally applies to essentially everywhere. Everywhere has, like, every country has the same issue because they introduced those trees. I can't remember what it was, but essentially like the cultivars or whatever were all from different countries. Like those pollen, those olive trees are not even indigenous to Israel. And they also, all the people that they used in those studies had some respiratory issue already.
So who was the debunker?
It was just someone who was talking about it on Twitter. Like, I don't know if there was some authority. I'm just saying that this was the explanation.
Because when we looked at that PubMed article, it was written by a Jewish person.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the person who did the PubMed article was doing it to throw a bone to the fucking anti-Jew people. I think what they're saying is that all those people already
like,
had respiratory issues, so it wasn't like a true sample size because they didn't just take random people.
Wait, what's the conspiracy with the olive trees?
It's that essentially that like 70%, something like that, 66% of Jews are allergic to olive pollen, which basically means that they're not native to Israel.
Oh,
is that correct? Is that correct?
Lengths these people
Yeah,
go
Mike,
to.
that is a long,
unbelievable,
that's a stretch.
dude.
Is that correct, Jared?
We have allergies to grass here in this country.
Yeah.
Does that mean
Allergies
we
have
don't
been going
belong here?
Mine are crazy today.
That means
week-
you don't belong in this country.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Last week I might
That
have
is
been going to
ridiculous.
say. But is that correct, Jared? That's essentially what
That's
the
the
premise
stupidest
is?
shit I've ever heard.
The study was that the Ashkenazi Jews were suffering at a much larger tilt. It was something like 60. And then the Mizrahi Jews, the Arab Jews, and the Palestinian people had like maybe a 10% affliction rate, and it was dependent on the density in a given environment, whether there was olive groves present or a high density of olive trees or whatever the case may be.
Ashkenazis also love Camel cigarettes. So that could also be another one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
I don't know what it is about Camel cigarettes.
Anyways, back to Netanyahu. Back to Netanyahu. We're off topic here.
Yeah, speaking of Ashkenazis and Khazarians, we got Milikowski. So Benjamin Netanyahu's father's name was Benzion Milikowski, Mileikowsky.
Yeah,
and
but
he
so
was from
essentially,
Warsaw,
yeah. So is essentially the premise where because his dad is not Israeli, that he's not Israeli? Because does that mean that I'm not Canadian?
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
No, that's not necessarily the argument. Like if you look at these people, like Ben Gurion, it's Ben Grun, and it's similar for all the other people who have gone on to become prime minister, the leaders of Israel. They don't have like a Semitic sounding name, so they go out of their way.
Well, they probably. That's the thing. Is like my name in Hebrew. Like if I were to go live in Israel, like it would sound different because they don't speak English.
Well, that's the same thing with Jimmy McGill.
Who's that?
From Better Call Saul.
Oh, right.
He had to change his name to sound Jewish, just like my cousin did.
But I'm saying this.
Changed my name. Your brothers love
it.
it.
The brothers love it. It's just like if you went to Japan. If I went and lived in Japan, my name would probably sound a little Japanese.
Obviously.
Like they Japanese it up because you're in a different country.
Exactly.
Now,
I would
speak a
do
different language.
What's the fucking problem? And think about how many people had their names changed over coming here from Ellis Island. Because they couldn't pronounce the name.
Yeah, like the thing is like I'm reading the David Ben Gurion. It says his birth name was David Gruen, and then he says he later adopted the Hebrew name. But like every Jewish person has a Hebrew name that is not the same as their regular.
That's
name.
like Catholics having their confirmation name.
Yeah,
like my name would be Richard.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's just like that is a normal thing. Every Jewish person, they go, "This is your Hebrew name. This is your English name."
It's like what Ryan said: the lengths that people will go through to just prove Jews
This is
are
Jared's whole life, okay? Do not disparage
Every time he
Jared.
calls, it's like there's always like you learn new conspiracy theories about Jews.
I mean, I like it. I'm not going to say.
Oh no, I think it's a lot of fun.
When you consider the fact that these individuals are from an area that they're from Poland, they're from Belarus, they're from Ukraine, they're from an area that's formerly what was known as the Khazarian Empire, which was an empire between the 7th, 8th, and 9th centuries from a group of Turkic people that converted to Judaism. And these are the same people that are slaughtering Christians and just sending them to the front line.
Yeah, that was the year 800. That's what everyone did.
But
back
how's
then.
that any different than? So you're like,
Some yuppies fucking gentrify your neighborhood. You can't kick them out. It's like,
but Christianity's not a native religion to America. Like, isn't that the exact same thing?
It was found in Europe.
Isn't that the exact same thing with the indigenous people in America? Like, isn't that identical?
Well, I wasn't talking about like, I'm talking about right now. Like, they're just rounding up Christians in Ukraine and Russia, like middle-aged Caucasian men, middle-aged white men, and they're throwing them into a meat grinder in trench warfare.
I mean, that is obviously unfortunate.
Yeah,
if you're Ukrainian, but I mean, everybody in Ukraine is Christian.
It's obviously unfortunate.
But I mean, it's a Christian nation. Like to say that they're
he lost his watch.
To say that they're specifically singling out Christians, you're like they're just taking men and they all happen to be Christian because everybody there is Christian.
Well, I happen to believe what they're doing is they're clearing the land like they're doing in Gaza.
Do you think there's like a Christian genocide? Like a white Christian genocide?
Yes, and the purpose of it is to reestablish Greater Khazaria 2.0. You can see it on maps, and it's modern day
It's like
Ukraine.
a Gulf of
and the
America kind of
president-
thing.
Well, no, it's like how at the very current moment, Israel is wiping out the West Bank and areas of Palestine. They're claiming the land. They're saying it's ours, and what they're doing is in a less overt manner. What they're doing is they're just throwing white Christians in Ukraine to the meat grinder, and they're just going to replace them with Jews. And Jews, I've seen some footage
They're
on
replacing.
Twitter.
They're replacing white Christians in Ukraine with Jews. They hate Jews in Ukraine.
Yeah, I don't know if you're paying attention.
Dude, my parents are Jews from Ukraine. Let me tell you, they do
they are
not like
fans.
fucking Jews. In
They
Ukraine,
also had a
man.
bunch of neo-Nazis running the government up until the Ukrainian war.
Like
it was
I-
a New York Post
I mean,
story.
I could tell you, Jews are persona non grata
Yeah.
in fucking Ukraine.
Jews and Nazis work hand in hand for people that are aware. Like if you look into the Havara Agreement, Hitler allowed 60,000 Jews through a contract, through an arrangement, to leave Germany with their
yeah, but you're
their
forgetting about the
money.
other 6 million that didn't have that contract.
So, no, but there weren't 6 million that
It was
died. I'm not gonna get into all
200,000 cops. It was like 8.
271,000 according to the Red Cross, Jews and non-Jews.
Dude, that's crazy.
This is every week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I mean, some people.
Whoa! It wasn't.
have you
6
seen the
million.
wooden door?
It was 1 million.
Have you seen the wooden
I
door?
can't listen to this fucking retard. I
yeah.
can't listen to this
That was
fucking. I
crazy.
can't listen to this.
He calls it
bullshit,
every week.
dude.
Yeah.
Jesus
He always has a new
Christ, dude.
conspiracy. Every time I've ever been on
well,
this
Everything
show.
you were gonna
It's just
say,
a-
I'm like, he's just gonna go deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
every
Oh,
single
dude, if
time.
we let him
I
go,
was
he
like,
can just-
he'll
you've
keep
been on
going.
there
Yeah,
for
he
4
won't stop.
hours,
Go.
dude.
He won't
He could
stop.
just go, man.
Oh my
It's his
God.
passion.
Yeah,
man.
clearly, it
Like,
makes you
honestly,
wonder, like,
But
what?
what's he trying to prove, though? Is he against Jews? or
That's
for?
what I-
No, he's like,
He's for Jews.
He's
Marito.
for Jews.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
He loves Jews, Marito.
lunatics, dude.
hand him the mic. Like, here, you forget we're doing.
No, he wants there to be he wants there to be maximum 4 Jews on Earth.
Yeah.
That's and I get to be one of them.
And
so
2
that's
of them
cool.
make bagels.
Okay, I'm gonna call. You know what? We're gonna end this show shortly. But Joe the lawyer called in.
Oh shit.
Here we go. Last call of the night, and then we're gonna give away a Patreon.com membership. Joe the lawyer. We get both sides of the coin right now,
Yeah.
and it's a clipped coin. Joe, are you there? What's going on, Joe? Are you there? What happened?
Hello?
There we
Yeah.
are. Joe the lawyer.
Is he Jewish?
I accidentally called somebody. I was when I was setting up the show, but it was an accident. So maybe.
Okay, well, anyway,
I don't know.
Just regarding the whole thing with the names.
Yeah.
So when Jews were in the Middle East, and even afterwards when they left for a long time, there were no last names.
Yeah.
They were
Ben
called,
means
like,
son of.
You know, it was,
Yeah.
Right? Ben means son of.
yeah.
Ben bitch.
So people, they were either referred to as the son of whatever, or they were referred to as like, oh, the old one, or the carpenter, or the wine. I don't know.
Yeah. It was all based on your
basic
profession.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then later, in Europe, they forced Jews to adopt this, and this is only like several hundred years ago when they forced Jews to adopt last names to be the same as everyone else, just for taxation purposes and whatever.
Right, but who did the
necessary.
taxation?
Yeah. That makes sense. Adopt the last name.
Yeah, but so anyways, you're saying that like David Ben Gurion would have been his actual name, and then he changed it to a more European name, and then he just changed it back.
I mean, I guess it would have been probably like Gurion or something similar to that, but that was like generations
But it's like
back.
like I said, it's like every Jewish person has a Hebrew name.
Yeah,
right, and it's obviously not going to be
Yeah,
the
I mean,
same.
What's yours?
Mine's
When I go to the when I go to the synagogue, I don't use my my regular name.
Malachi.
I have a
yeah.
My I mean, like I go by Joe in my actual life,
right?
And then I have a very different name
Which is like
that I go by among
Yeshua or something.
Yeah,
or-
so-
Do you have 2 different driver's licenses? With two different names?
No.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
It's
no,
like
I know exactly
it's
what
like an
you're saying.
honorary.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's
totally.
not legal. It's like when you
when you get
when
married
you're
in the
born,
church.
like they go, or I don't know if it's when you're born or when you get a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah or whatever. They're like, here's your.
By the birth, you get your name.
There you go. So when you're born, you get they go, this is your Hebrew name.
Who is that given to you by your parents?
Yes.
Yeah. Like for example, I guess mine because mine's a biblical name. Like it's just Daniel, but like my wife's is like her name's Heather, and then her Hebrew
Danielle.
Danielle, and then her name's like Hannah.
Ah.
Like Hannah or whatever, but like, but it's like two
Hannah.
because there's no Hannah, but there's no Heather in
Yeah,
in
that makes
Hebrew.
sense.
So then she has a totally different name.
Yeah, I mean, I have a daughter who has a completely different Hebrew name from her English one. I have a completely different one also. It's just,
it's just so they can't track us.
If there's no good one, or it's going to just sound terrible.
Right.
Then you just go with something different.
Yeah, just probably same first letter and then
like how you find out your porn name with your street
With
name
your
and then
street
your middle name.
Yeah, exactly. Just go nuts.
Perfect. Yeah. Anthony
Honestly,
Lopez.
Mine is completely different. It has absolutely nothing to do with my English name whatsoever.
And the question that Jared's obviously
whatever.
asking right now is, what are you hiding from? Why have two different, completely different names?
Because my parents liked one and then decided they liked it. I actually thought about changing my name at one point to match it, especially when I worked in the name changing thing in the courts for a while.
Oh,
but,
right.
I didn't go.
Did you know about this Hawaii loop? Do you know about the Hawaii loophole? I think I talked about it before. But when I got married in Hawaii, you have to go do your marriage certificate, and then it's $5 or $10. But then there's this loophole in Hawaii because, like, to change your last, like, for my wife to change her last name in New York, it's like a whole legal process here.
Yeah.
But Hawaii has this loophole where literally I went to this office and the woman's like, it was like $5. She goes, it's $5. I think it was $5 cash. And then she goes, what do you want your name to be?
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm filling out your marriage license. And I go, you can just pick anything. She goes, you can change your first name right now.
Hell yeah.
Legally. And then literally in Hawaii, you can change your first name if you want. You can change your last name and to whatever you want.
Good.
Like literally whatever you want. And then New York will recognize it and you don't have to go through the process.
That explains Barack Obama's birth certificate.
There is no birth certificate.
That was perfect. That was amazing.
Well, it is the judicial system.
You son of a bitch.
Very good. Very good. All right. Anything else, Joe? We got to wrap this up. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I just wanted to ask, do you guys, I assume, know like people that you see on like the news or television or whatever?
Do we know?
I'm like a regular on Fox News.
Right, so, like, do you ever like see like stuff like news stories or whatever, and then like it affects how you see the person when you see them in real life? Like when I was in college, I knew this girl. We were friends, and then like I found out after like we were friends for like a semester and a half, and then someone mentioned like, do you know who she is? She's this reality TV star, but I had no idea. I wasn't into reality TV, and then. I, of course, like binged, the entire like season, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's a terrible person."
Sure,
it could have just been this
was her name
edited
Snooki?
that way, but I didn't think it. No, her name's not Snooki. It was like another one of those like Jersey Shore like wannabe.
Sure.
Things.
Oh wow.
But it was I just like distanced myself from her after that.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad about, but
yeah. I don't know. I mean. It happens. Definitely. I mean, I definitely see stuff on Fox News where they say shit and I go, come on.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's certain things.
I go, you don't believe this.
Yeah. And I tend to lean right in my politics, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
But
I can tell based on the haircut.
But there's some things that I hear from the right that I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, I watch CNN, I watch Fox News, I watch MSNBC, and every time I watch all of them, I go, There's at some point I go, this is fucking nonsense.
Just watch Live PD, dude.
Oh,
That's
Live
I think
PD
what
is
I'm
a
going.
great show.
Yeah, Live PD.
Dude, I'm so glad that they fucking decided to bring all those shows back.
That was so sad when they took that away.
When
That was so much
George
fun.
Floyd happened, and they just go, no more cop shows.
No more Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't an over fucking reach. Like you couldn't get Ace on the case anymore. Come on.
I forgot about Paw Patrol.
Yeah, it was a little kid show.
They canceled that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
after the George Floyd thing, they canceled.
Dude, I
fucking
was
Paw
doing a
Patrol.
joke about it in Edmonton this weekend. And like this lady got really mad because I was saying, so there's a CFL team in Edmonton called. It used to be called the Edmonton Eskimos,
No,
and they
the Elks.
changed it to the Edmonton Elks. And if you go on their Wikipedia, they go, "We changed it because of George Floyd."
What
And
does
you're
that
like,
have to do with anything?
exactly. It's just like it's just such a classic Canadian thing. You go, a guy got murdered in a different
another
country, and we have to change the name of our fucking.
And it doesn't even
CFL
make
team.
sense.
Oh, but speaking of, the Redskins might be called the Redskins
I heard
again.
they're coming back, yeah.
Because the dude who was actually depicted on that helmet,
Yeah.
it was like supposed to be an honorary thing to him.
The
for that
Boston
chief.
Redskins is who they originally were.
Was that really who they were?
Boston first.
I had
yeah.
no idea.
But what?
Yeah.
What happened with this guy?
Because the guy whose face is depicted on the helmet, that was they were actually honoring him because he was a warrior.
Of
He was a warrior
course.
chief.
Of course.
And his family was like, "You were honoring our fucking great grandfather. Well, why we didn't want this? We didn't." Ask
And they were
you
like,
to
"Hey,
take
you ever
this
heard of
off."
a guy called George Floyd?"
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, we don't know who is that. Like, they don't know who that is.
I don't really watch the news.
Yeah, we don't have
No.
news on the fucking on the what the fuck are they on now? Reservations. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that got swept up in the same exact thing.
I know,
That
there
all of
was
a sudden
so
you're
much-
like, wait, why did this
Oh, the
change?
Cleveland Indians
Yeah, the
too.
Yeah, yeah.
Indians,
The Cleveland
The
Indians.
tomahawk chop is no good no more.
What, on Jemima, Land O'Lakes.
yeah.
Dude, there was so much crazy shit that happened.
Yeah, fucking. What was the?
And it's like
the
for
cream of
what
wheat dude
too?
made
It's
it,
like
though.
for
Uncle
fucking
Ben?
what?
No, the cream of wheat guy stole
the
the
cream-
fucking box.
Oh yeah, Uncle Ben's he got fucked too. They
Yeah.
took him off the fucking box.
Yeah, and I'm
dude.
pretty sure Uncle Ben's family's like, why wouldn't you leave our fucking the guy
No, I don't-
discovered rice?
Yeah, rice was invented in 1932, Mississippi, dude.
All right, Joe, I gotta let you go, man.
You know what I was always
Later,
shocked
Joe.
of? How come there was never a black dude on a peanut butter jar since George Washington Carver invented peanut butter? Why is he? That's a
good question.
There was never any
a good
black
question.
dude
They
depicted
would have
on a
taken
peanut
him
butter
off.
jar?
They would have taken him off
Are
too.
there any people on peanut butter jars? Period.
No. No.
Just bears.
They missed.
Yeah, I was gonna say teddy bears and shit.
They should
Yeah.
replace the bear, the Jiffy Bear, with a fucking black dude.
The black guy.
If they cared about George Floyd, they would have. All right, that has been the show. Johnny, spin the wheel. We're going to give away Patreon.com membership. I have a bunch of Patreon.com memberships, and I'm actually going to give a bunch away to free Patreon members. I would prefer you sign up for the Patreon.com low value mail regular one, but if you're a free one, I'm going to be giving a few away this week. Johnny, spin it up.
Where's the wheel?
And I'll have an Ethernet cable. I'll have an Ethernet cable next week. I apologize. Dan Buckley. Danny Buckley. You're the winner. Hit me up. I'll get you a 6-month Patreon.com low value mail membership. At 500 patrons, I'm giving away $500.
That's great.
No other podcast is giving you money. That has been a show. Guys, where can people find you?
Ryan O'Toole, ITS Ryan O'Toole on Instagram. Dude, I got a play coming up July 17th to the 27th if you're in New York City. Something tells me I might not get a theater crowd in this audience right now. But if you want to see a great show, I'm in a great show.
Live production of Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, Sacco and Vanzetti did. Go on my fucking Instagram. All
I
the
saw
shit's
problems
on
on
there.
a chalkboard.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Marito Lopez. You can find me on Instagram, Marito Lopez the God, and I got a special on YouTube called Latin Triple X.
Yeah, and big film TV star in Canada.
In Canada, eh?
In Canada, sorry.
You can find me on Instagram at the Doug Uram. I'll be posting all my dates and all my horse shit up there. And I gotta make hunting videos.
Yeah, dude,
That's
I
gonna be
want to
another
watch you
thing.
fucking skin a
Dude,
deer.
can you take me out hunting, man?
No.
I would- please,
No,
bro.
no.
I
Buddy,
would
yes,
love to learn.
but you're going to be the ultimate game.
I hate going with people.
Yeah.
I go alone.
I like that.
Yeah.
Your Timberlands
I
are
like
going to get
that.
stuck in the mud.
Put that
fitted?
flat brim hat down. The deer are gonna see it.
That might actually be some good content.
That would
right
be
there.
funny,
That
bro.
would actually be. Yeah, if you think about it. Yeah.
That might be okay. All right, that's been the show. Shout out to our lovely producer, Johnny Glover, the Southern Lover. The South shall rise again. That's been the show. He's a direct descendant of Robert
Oh yeah,
E. Lee.
that's right. We didn't even bring that up with the Hitler descents or anything like that.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he has Robert E. Lee's blood in there.
Yeah, Robert E. Lee's blood coursing through his southern veins. That has been the Bathhouse. Patreon.com/low-value mail, MAIL. We will see you guys next week with an Ethernet cable, I promise. Sorry about that. Shout out to the stand. Good night.
I'm really a poet, you know it, all my shit heroic. Empathic abilities, yeah, my face be also stoic. Bleep blow up, nigga, that just means I'm working. They see me as a leader, so that's why I'm Captain Kirkin. These tracks from the stars, that much is for certain. You can fit this hit if you up or if you hurtin'. I'm raising my stock, not talking my feet in some Birkin. Number Johnny 5, got a fucking short circuit. Bring the track to life when I spit phenomenal. When I hit, she feel that shit in her abdominals. These rappers make me laugh like comic view, they comical. You know I got a ball out, I hit the track running just like Sonic do. They don't wanna turn on my light switch. Yeah, they was trying to get me on my hype shit.